of the way we went to war. We did not quit. It was annoying as hell. It felt like a game that wasn't as fun, but we learned more about each other. We got better without getting worse. We got another W.
There's no other group I'd rather be doing this with, man. No other group. You know what I'm saying?
You gonna cry, man. You made me feel good, man.
Let's keep stacking.
You gonna cry, man.
Let's bang out these last five.
I love you too, man. I love you too.
Hey, family on me, family on three. 1, 2, 3, family.
Well, Mike said it best. Mike McDaniel will take it. It is about wins, but man, nothing is easy. And if you don't get enough entertainment, just watch the last 3 or 4 minutes of the last 2 games that the Miami Dolphins have played, getting wins and wild things that you're going, there's no way. I think 16-0 at the half. They're leading. Crazy minute before. I'm not sure exactly what that minute was about, and pretty good field position, and kind of got down there, and we kind of shut it down, and wasted like 30 seconds to spike it and kick a field goal to make it 16-0. And so anyway, second half was a different story, and then, of course, the last 3 minutes of that game, you can't make that up, man. Last 3 minutes, there was more wild junk. I like to say the S word. Wild stuff from 4th and 1. Finns get stuffed. Saints go down, score, go for the 2-point conversion, gets picked off by Minka for a pick 2, runs it back. Onside kick, they never work, right? Onside kicks never work. This one worked. They recover the ball. You can't. They throw a touchdown down the sideline. Their best receiver drops it in the end zone. Olave. He drops it. Jack Jones falls down in front of him. He drops it. He jumps up and it goes right through his hands. Arms, body, it hit everything. It went ding, 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 ding. It's a drop. And then it gets down to a 4th and 1, and the Dolphin defense gets a stop. You can't make all that up. That happened. That was like, you're going this, and this all in 3 minutes from the time. And if you want to take it back one play, Tua slides early and then gives the first down marker like he made it by 5 yards. And he's like a yard short, a good solid yard short.
Is that the one where he was dancing on the ground? Yeah.
Yeah, he by the way, yeah. You're like, hey, by the way, and you look at it like, hey, Tua, hate to break it to you, but when you slide early on your ass, you do the baseball slide, it's going to go where your rear end is, not.
Well, he didn't know it's when you start the slide. He thought it was maybe where you end up.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he thought, but when you give yourself up, you're not getting the benefit of the doubt. So anyway, that just the wild 3 minutes of the National Football League, and for a second straight game, the Dolphins get the win. And so we got that. Of course, we got some other stories to get to. We'll get into all that stuff and get into all the good, although Mike broke down some of the great performances, but defense played really well. Running game, congratulations, man, to Devon Achane. Just unbelievable. I know I'm like everybody else. He's got 22 carries. I'm going, we got to give him the ball more. Okay. How many times you want to run him, man? Guys, 22 carries, 134 yards, 6.1 average, over 1,000 yards on the season with again, a lot of games left. And running game has been really good. The run blocking's fantastic. Inside and outside, tight ends, really doing a good job. So congratulations there. And the defense, man, 13, 13, and 17 points given up the last 3 games. 13, 13, and 17, getting better and better and better, and then finding ways to save the offense at the end of these games is what they've been able to do. So a lot of good stuff, man. A lot of good stuff. We'll talk a lot more about all that stuff. We got another big story. Canes put together. You know, I had no idea, man. And a lot of people going, I don't feel good about all the things, the cold weather, what I saw Pitt do to Georgia Tech. And so now I'm watching that game, man. I made sure I got that Christmas tree and got my butt home and sprinting them. That tree's good enough on you over there. No, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to rush us for the Canes football game. I go, yes, I am. In the name of Christmas, yes, I am. So anyway, we go back and they put together from one of the most dominant games, 38-7, beat them every way possible, end up 10-2, 4 straight wins. Listen to this last 4 games, 38-10, 41-7, 34-17, and 38-7. They went out and just played. If we're doing that eyeball test thing, because that's what we're going to hear a lot about, the eyeball test. And I wanted to wait. I wanted to wait on all this stuff. I wanted to wait. I wanted to trust the Miami Hurricanes in their last 4 games, personally, just me. Can't speak for you guys. And I know there's been a lot of early whining about, we should be in and we beat them. Well, listen, now you can bring it, because now you look at everything and there's no question in my mind what I've seen that the Canes look, if it's the eyeball test, if we're doing the eyeball test, not the conference test of where you're not an SEC team. If you're just doing it, that team is well balanced and really good at every part. They got star players on both sides of the ball, if that's what you're looking for. They got a quarterback that's playing unbelievable. Really had one bad game all season. One bad game for me. One bad game. I don't buy the SMU thing. I thought he was good in that game. Had the one bad game, ends up having a real good season. And I know, if you're doing that, good for business, and if you believe in that stuff, they're good for ratings, they're good for everything. And then the most important thing is they beat Notre Dame head-to-head. Unless we're telling everybody early in the season, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that a really bad Florida State team beat Alabama. It doesn't matter. That's a bad loss. But Alabama comes back, has a strong finish, beating everybody. So I get it. Notre Dame loses to Texas A&M, and they're getting absolute benefit of the doubt. But in head-to-head, and head-to-head needs to be the most important thing, Miami beat Notre Dame. I don't care if it's on the road, how close it was. They won. So it's going to be interesting to on the eyeball test, because I never heard the eyeball test so much as just when they put this committee together. They put this committee together for this playoff series, made up of different guys, different characters from every
It's time
part.
to get rid of this committee thing.
Well, I don't know about the committee. I don't want
this
I'm
whole
not
thing,
ripping.
but it feels like it changes every week, Joe. Like, now Ole Miss might get penalized because their coach left. Like, I mean, you can't do that to a team.
No,
right? Like, you can't do stuff like that. And then, a guy gets hurt or they don't pass the eye test. The eye test is such a subjective, ridiculous thing. Let's go back to computers, man. Just plug all the metrics into the computers.
Let them pick it instead of the.
Let's just do it, man. Straight up,
Maybe
straight
you're right.
the schedule, and but you can't do this like which teams look the best. And take away the beginning of the season and the middle of the season, and
that's the problem.
None of this stuff makes any sense.
One of the great things about college football and football in general is you don't play 82 games, you play 12 games, especially college football. NFL now you're playing 17, soon to play 18. You play 12 games, 12 regular season games. Got conference games coming up, but every game's got to count. Every game's got to count. And if they don't, and again, I get it. They're not playing in the ACC championship game, which, none of those teams.
Well, the only thing you're telling at school like Miami is, hey, don't bother scheduling, Notre Dame and Florida and, these schools in the non-conference. Just play a bunch of, crap teams and win your conference, and that'll be it.
Right. I don't know who Virginia played on their schedule. I don't know who they played outside of the conference, but hey, listen, when it was put together, and I know Florida State and and Florida ended up being, and South Florida kind of fell apart too, but they had some real good wins early on.
They did, and they should count, Joe.
But now everybody's going, well,
ACC standings thing. Are you kidding me, by the way, with Duke getting into this thing? Like, here's a great idea for the tiebreaker. Why don't you put the team as the best overall record in?
Well,
I mean, it's not rocket science, right? Like, just who? All right, all the teams in the same conference record. Who's got the better overall record?
I don't think there's anybody would question. SMU lose to Cal, by the way, that anybody would question that your eyeball test right now. And again, I know you're going and you can, and they do have 2 losses. I get it. Anyway, we'll get into all this stuff. Hey, we got Mario Cristobal going to join us. We come back. We'll talk to the Canes head coach about trying to get in this final party after these conference championship games this weekend coming up. Hey, real quickly here on a Monday morning, getting close to that holiday season, man. And I just want to let you know about your South Florida Chevy dealers. Man, we got some great deals for you. The holiday season, Chevy helps you make every journey a shared experience, man. Whether it's a truck, an SUV, you can find the perfect vehicle to bring people together. SUVs, man, we got great family SUVs I've been talking about for a long time, from the big Suburbans and Tahoes to the midsize Traverse. Boy, I'm telling you, the Equinox family, man, fantastic. And when you talk about trucks, boy, I'll tell you what, you're talking about our cleanup hitters of a perfect truck, a durable Colorado with its standard Turbo Max to a Silverado 1500 with the advanced technology and workday workhorse and the weekend warrior that it can be for you. Silverado HD, legendary horsepower, hardest working beds in the business. So, hey, if you're starting to look around for the holiday season, decided that's what you're going to do, get yourself a new SUV or a new truck, stop by your South Florida Chevy dealers, take some test drives, sit down and see what a great deal's all about. They got the hardest working beds in the business, whether it's midsize, full size, or a heavy duty truck. Chevy pickups will never let you down. See your South Florida Chevy dealers today for outstanding offers going on right now.
It is time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com.
All right, Woody, thank you. Wow. Wow is what happened Saturday. Canes 38-7 over Pittsburgh on the road from start of the game to the finish of the game. Just total dominance, 10-2 on the season. We're joined this morning by Mario Cristobal, Miami Hurricanes head coach. Coach, congratulations on just the last month, actually. 38-10, 41-7, 34-17, and then 38-7, the last 4 games and the 4-game winning streak. Just absolute dominance in those games.
Good morning, Joe. Appreciate you, man. It was certainly a fun Saturday, dominant Saturday. A lot of guys played, and you know what? The Canes are just fine with the cold weather.
Well, we got one team. We got one team that knocked that out. So that's a great point. Yeah, it didn't seem. I don't know what it was, but it didn't affect any of your guys on either side of the ball. It's incredible when you look at the defense. They've been so good really all year, Coach. And from first downs to total yards to Canes run defense, everybody's a little concerned. 21 carries, 30 yards for Pitt after the game they had against Georgia Tech. Just everything. The pass rush, my gosh, the secondary really just if it's the eyeball test, it clearly, the way you're playing right now, looks like one of the best teams in the country. I'm guessing you'd agree with that.
Yeah, well, I think it's pretty neat. Someone put it in perspective yesterday. It's you look at us on paper entering the season, we had the toughest non-conference schedule. And, we beat those teams, and some of them got beat up along the way, and they fell off a little bit. But it was, by hands down, no one else was willing to play Notre Dame, Florida, Florida State, USF, right back to back to back. And you know what? We played some really high-level ball, and now you look at us in November, we're actually playing significantly better than we did back then. And and getting healthier. So that's the part that really stands out for us. And again, when you have that and you have a head-to-head, opportunity against one of the teams you're being compared against, I think it's just an awesome situation for the University of Miami.
One thing I've really liked about this team, from the guys that came in on the transfer portal to guys you've recruited to this freshman class, the Malachi Toney, the Pringle, the Fitzgerald, you can go on and on with other guys, but those three really had their prints on this game, how they played. It's just incredible. And there's just no drop-off. You're getting it from every part of your team and the skill set. You got a couple guys back who also played well in this game. I do want to ask you about Malachi Toney now that it's done. I know we do this every week. Well, I know there's been some special freshmen. I don't want to take away from Reuben Bain or Maui Noah when they came in as true freshmen. But what this guy does, whether he has the ball or he's a decoy, just incredible. The bigger game, some of the catches he makes in this last game. Coach, you've now had a chance to see it for 12 games in spring football. What would you say about Malachi Toney?
Yeah, he's all right. Yeah. He's obviously a special player. And again, all the stuff he could do with the ball besides just catching it is it's just part of what the package he brings to the table. I wouldn't be surprised if he jumped over on defense and played man-to-man coverage and played it at the highest level as well. He's just he understands the ins and outs of the game as well as anybody you'll see from being a freshman to being a senior. And every single day, he just brings it, Joe. Every day, everything is a competition. He does it at the highest level. And he's relentless, man. He truly is one of those guys that he doesn't stop. He's the Energizer Bunny, man. He just brings it every single day.
We don't do this very much. I thought your coordinators had great games and overall really good seasons in Shannon Dawson and Corey Heatherman. Game plans and getting guys in positions to do things that they do best, whether it's guys that blitz, guys in coverage, guys that, and letting guys tee off, letting the best players look like the best players. I just thought the game plans were outstanding.
Yeah, appreciate that. I'm sure they will too. They very adaptable guys, very hardworking, team-oriented dudes that understand the simple concept of players over plays. It's always got to be players over plays. We all have good plays, good ideas, but brother, if you don't put the right guys in the right situation, it's not going to look as good. And I think as the season went on, we got better at doing that, and started playing more and more to our strengths. And credit to both those guys. They're elite people and super hard workers. So it was great to see them get the results they got.
Stepping back here, just dropping back for a second, I thought Carson Beck really ended up having a really good season. I know he had the one hiccup in Louisville with some picks, but I thought overall, especially this last month, he has been really, really good, Coach.
Yeah, he's actually been the best in the country over the last 4 weeks. And, in the middle of the season had the hiccup, but again, the resiliency of a guy that what he went through this past summer, he's actually like healthy now. He missed so much earlier. He is hard to defend. He's really, really smart. I think for whatever reason, I don't know if this is the right thing to say. I just think he was misunderstood before arriving here. That guy is really, he's a special player. He's a special quarterback. He is a special worker, a special teammate. And again, it just all fits well. This is a great blend of guys. This is a group of guys that has put their best foot forward here at the end at a really high level. It's a group of guys that deserves to keep playing.
This committee, College Football Playoff Committee, obviously going to have final say. I know we have the conference championship games coming up here, and everybody's waiting on those. By the way, before I get to that, Duke is 7-5 playing in the championship game. You haven't. It just sounds weird to go 7-5 and not play a tough schedule outside of the conference and have that many losses and be able to still play. And I know that's the system we've set up, everybody agreed to. I just wonder what your thoughts are on that.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, it's, the system is just, it's a little bit, it's different, man. I'm a big fan of divisions because everybody's alive, everybody's playing, and you have a chance to play, each other maybe a little bit more often than not. But however it ended up, to Duke and to Virginia, you have to be you got to be like a real deal person. Say congratulations, not that we all agree with the way it played out and the way the tiebreakers are set up, but you don't hate on that. You say congratulations, good luck, man, and you keep working and focusing on your stuff.
All right, so the one that's really getting everybody, especially after the way you guys played on Saturday, is this College Football Playoff Committee the week before had made, our eyeball test, this eyeball test of who's played the best and throughout, and they've been on this thing, especially it seems always come up the Canes and Notre Dame. And now some of the national guys I'm hearing are like, wait a second, when did head-to-head, even if it's early in the season, when you only play 12 games, it's still got to be important. You can't throw away whatever happens early in the season like it doesn't count. And that's kind of what Notre Dame is doing right now. Like, we've been good since early in the season. We've been as good as anybody. I'm really curious to see how the head-to-head thing, after you beat Notre Dame, I don't care where you beat them. And you got to get credit for it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, man. It's, we just, again, it's all about doing it in a professional manner. That's really, really important. And our job is to try to make their job as easy as possible, right? And so when you play the same opponents and you do a better job against them, that carries a ton of value. And then you hope that two teams have an opportunity to play each other to really make it easier. And we did that. We had an opportunity to play head-to-head, and all those facts and all the numbers that go with it, the way that game was graded and the way the offense and defensive lines performed against each other, right? The way key players performed, what they were able to accomplish, or how many yards they were limited to. I think all that stuff has you give yourself an opportunity to present a really clear picture as to who is most deserving. And I think when you have data like that, number one, playing each other, that's always right, first and foremost, the best.
Right.
And then having played against the exact same teams and having done a better job, minus the one, I think one team had a lacrosse player start a game at quarterback, so that got out of whack. But aside from that, it's the numbers heavily lean towards the University of Miami, and we're going to keep presenting the information that is truthful. These aren't narratives. These aren't creating bullshit scenarios. This is legitimately presenting all the reasons why, no matter who's playing well right now, Miami's playing better than everybody.
And I got to tell you, last year's team and this year's team really, and you had the first overall pick in the draft, and minus the Cam Ward thing. This team is so much better and at every part of it, from pass rushing to coverage to offensive line, and then defensively, completely different team, the way they played, and Moton and Mesidor and Bain up front have just really dominated the linebackers, way your guys are running around making plays. That's the eyeball test for me. These guys we want good college football playoff games. We don't want blowouts. I get it. And it just, again, goes back to, it just looks like you've got a really talented team in about every part of it, which you've been part of. You know what they look like.
You know what, when we got here, that was the whole purpose, right? Build a sustainable team that gets better every single year. And that's what we're doing, and that's not going to stop. And right now, I think you said a couple things that are really important. This team can win at any level against anybody because of the talent level, because of what we do schematically, and really the culture and the style of play. We're a very physical football team, and it shows up every single week. I mean, our front lines are graded at the highest level. Our explosive playmakers are being put in the situations to be able to make plays. Our defense is playing zone and man coverage as well as you can play it, and taking over football games where, there's considerable separation. And, Joe, honestly, we feel like we're just getting started. I mean, we're hitting on all cylinders now. We're getting healthy. We got a couple more guys back. We still didn't have OJ this past game or David Blake. And TJ got in at the end. You see how he's getting healthy in a hurry, right?
Yeah, man.
So this is a great time for us, and that's both the eyeball test and the field test. Like we've put it on film, right? The eye and the sky don't lie, brother. So we put it on film, we put it on the field, and we've done it at the right time. At the time where, I think there was an opportunity, and it was made clear that Miami has to show some more consistency. Well, you know what? That's what we've been working on, and that's what we have done very clearly and at a higher level than some of the teams we're being compared against.
Coach, what changed for besides the dominant start, the dominant finish, especially over the last four, which hasn't happened around here in a long, long time? What was the difference?
I just think when you make a decision there's nothing more powerful than the power of choice. And we've really wanted to make a cultural shift here from the moment we got here. And I know it's easy to say, but it's hard to do, man. It's hard to do in years and years and years, decades of, that month coming around the corner is like, oh, crap, Miami. And we've been chipping away at that. We've gotten closer and closer. I mean, Joe, I don't think we're 20-4 in our last 24 regular season games. And the ones that we didn't get, it came down to one possession or one play. This program is forging forward in a manner where, it's supposed to be. And a lot of pride was taken in that word finish. And a lot of work was done from January all the way through now to make sure that finish was a real thing. So credit to the players, number one, first and foremost, man. They bought into what we do, which is really hard, really challenging, but it's the right stuff. And you know what? They're starting to see the benefits of it.
Before I let you go, so you got a week to kind of wait on these conference games. So is it recruiting? Is it meeting with your own guys? A little practice? What's the game plan this week?
For the players, I mean, today we do players to the game and watch the film and all that other stuff, wrapping that part up. But we lift and we run. We got to stay in shape. We got to make sure we stay flexible, toned up, agile, like all the things. You never want to take too much time off, because then when you spike up the amount of workload, then you destroy your body, man. You kill all the good things you did. So we'll do that. A lot of recruiting, signing day on Wednesday, a lot of self-scouting, a lot of film watching. It doesn't stop, man.
Jeez.
So let's just say we're not going Christmas shopping this week, right?
No. I got that. So how big is this Wednesday, first signing date for you?
It's huge. I mean, now college football, you're looking at the amount of players you're bringing in at this time of year. Joe, it's people are eclipsing 35, 40, sometimes 50 players. It's the way of the world now, and it's part of it. And they won't get here until January. You still have a lot of season to play here. We're really excited. We're very enthused that things are going to work our way because we've earned it. But at the same time, the machine doesn't stop, man. Not if you want to keep getting better every year, and that's the goal, and we're going to keep doing that.
Yeah, it's really, you got a pretty good idea, by the way. I was going to ask you this, of who's staying and who might be leaving, which is part of college football now on the transfer portal side of this. Would you say you got a pretty good idea?
We're getting feedback from a lot of the NFL teams, the scouts, the general managers as to where, certain guys right now, where they fit in terms of the draft and whatnot. And as we gather that information, we'll have meetings with guys. We're very open and honest. We never tell anybody what to do. We provide the information. When asked for, our opinion, we give it. And we do everything as if it's our very own son. I wouldn't give anybody any information that I wouldn't give my own son. And that's the way we do it, because that's the right thing to do. And it's always the best way. So, but we're gathering all that information, and it's getting closer and closer. But I'll focus right now, brother, on getting better and getting a shot at these playoffs.
Mario, thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. And good luck with everything. Thank you.
Appreciate you, Joe. Go Canes.
All right. Mario Cristobal, Miami Hurricanes head football coach, man. Head-to-head, they beat Notre Dame. Head-to-head, they beat Notre Dame. Both teams with 2 losses. All right. Hey, we've got a lot more stuff to get to here as we move on this morning. We've got a lot of stuff from the Miami Dolphins from yesterday, 3 straight wins for them now. 5-7, did not get any help from the wild card teams yesterday. If anybody's watching that a little bit and you're getting ahead of yourself a little bit, I understand. We'll talk a little bit about that, as well as everything else going on here in South Florida. A lot of winning going on. Anyway, right now, I do want to tell you about Atlantic Men's Clinic. ED, low T, man, it's just part of life. It happens. And when you go through it and you have that combination and you realize your energy level is shot, you're not active anymore because you're tired all the time. You feel like you're funky, a little depressed, going through changes in your life, or whatever it is that affects you. And then usually when you're not active, but you're eating the same amount of food, I know what happens. You gain 20. Every guy goes, you're a little heavy there. Yeah, I'm 20 heavier. Yeah, I've been real active, but I'm eating the same amount of food. Hey, man, would you like to get that back, that energy level back? How would you like to get the sex drive back? Because you've got ED. Well, listen, it doesn't have to leave forever. That's your decision. Not when you have Atlantic Men's Clinic. It's a holiday season, man. I told you guys last year, and I'm telling you again this year, man. For the holiday season, I can't think of a better gift to give somebody than getting your energy level and your sex drive back. I don't care if you're in your 40s, 50s, or 60s. It's going to happen to every guy out there sooner or later. Nobody out there is not ever going to tell me they don't have ED or low D. It's going to happen at some point. And when it does, Atlantic Men's Clinic wants to take care of it. That's what they do, knock out ED and low T. They give you the PSA test. You meet with their professional staff. They put you on a program, and bam, you got great results real fast. 7 locations in South Florida to serve you. A brand new, beautiful location in Hollywood. I go to Plantation. 877-455-7300. The most important appointment is the first one. You got to set it up. Say Joe Rose wants to send you over there. Go over there, meet with their professionals, get on the plan. It works. They do it the right way for you to have great success and get back your energy level and your sex drive. Go to AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. All right, welcome back, and happy Monday morning to everybody out there. Man, I hope everybody got a few days off here before coming back to work here on a Monday, from Thanksgiving to a crazy Friday, and a ton of football Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm guessing everybody, even hardcore football fans, need a well, we got one tonight, but need a couple days off here before we get rolling again. So the Dolphins pull out a 21-17 win over the Saints. 3 straight wins for them. Mario Cristobal and the Canes, 4 straight wins for them. And, boy, they beat Pitt up pretty good, man. 38-7 the final. And now you got to wait for these championship games. And then you're going to have probably 15 to 16 teams politicking for one of those college football playoff positions, especially the last couple. And we're going to hear a lot about the eyeball test and who you beat, who you didn't beat, and all the other things. The SEC is going to hear about how strong their conference is, and they should be allowed more losses, and that's one of the things they've had. And they're probably going to have 5 of the 12 spots, by the way. There's a good chance the SEC takes, well, let me just start with this. There's 7 open spots because the SEC most likely is going to get 5. And then we're going to find out what Miami and Notre Dame, again, same record, and Miami beat them head-to-head, how that's going to hold up. Because right now, they're, 4 or 5 spots in front of them in the last poll. Is that right, Woody? 4 or 5 spots sound right? 4? Anyway, Notre Dame looking pretty solid to get in there. So we'll have a lot of time this week, and we'll talk more about that. But it was, I tell you, your eyeball test, if you just look at the way the Canes, and it starts on the line of scrimmage, right? Because you don't want to get those things and you're a finesse team and, you're playing all the big guys around the country. But this team really is D-line. I got to tell you who's gotten a lot better, Woody. And they've had a lot of guys play really well. Have you noticed the last couple of weeks, does it look like Moten has taken it to the next level at defensive tackle? He's about 325 pounds. Cardinal Gibbons kid up in Fort Lauderdale. God, man, he got fast and quick. And then on the outside, and I'm really curious to see where Mesidor and Bain go in the NFL draft because they got after it. And I always say this, as good as Bain is, well, I'll tell you what, Mesidor makes a lot of plays too on the other side. And then you put those tackles and the way they played inside, linebacker play. And then the offensive line has always been pretty damn good. And you got backs that can run. We now all of a sudden this Pringle kid who's a true freshman. Woody, how about this guy? Just 82 yards in the last game. And the Malachi Tony story is just ridiculous. Throw it, run it, wide open, a couple one-handed catches in this last game. He's just incredible to watch.
No, they've peaked at the right time, Joe, and it's, certainly been a while for a Hurricanes team to be, this good at the end of the season, right? Usually this is not the conversation we're having. But they had a little bit of a rough patch in the middle, and yeah, they finished as strongly as they started here. But here's the question: if Miami played, let's say Oklahoma, they could beat Oklahoma.
Oh no,
you match them against BYU, of course they beat those guys.
So it's funny. I'm watching those games, and I was actually I do that with the Dolphins too. I match up, but you look and you go, wow, man, the way they look, you could beat them. You watch Miami and the things they do at every position, and you feel like they got a chance. Now, listen, Ohio State's playing out of this world right now. They are. And they got a whole bunch of guys coming up here. If you look at these early mock drafts, they too have a bunch of first-round picks in there and stuff. But
well, look who Notre Dame's beaten, Joe. They beat USC, who was ranked at the time, and they beat Pitt, who was ranked at the time. Those are their 2 ranked wins.
And they have
a loss to Miami.
Right.
So
and
Miami has a win over Pitt.
Right.
certainly a lot more impressive wins than USC. Look at the rest of their schedule, though, man. Boise State, Arkansas is terrible. Boston College, Navy, Syracuse, and Stanford.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
just none of it makes any sense, to be honest. Like, if you're not going to count the game, the head-to-head game, and I get that maybe the losses that they had are, better quality losses, which is fine, but
they had
Miami's got better wins. That should matter too.
It will be interesting to see how this plays out. But I'm just warning everybody, they're going to do consistency. They're going to do the eyeball test. Because the eyeball test is we want the best teams in the final 12. There's no way if they do it that way. If they do it that way, there's no way they can't tell me from what they've seen. And by the way, they can look it up.
You can't objectively do it. There's no such thing as an eyeball test. Like, you can't do. First of all, you think these guys watch all these games? We've had that problem already this season with AP voters, right? That just pick random teams because they don't watch all the games. Do you think those guys sat in there and watched all of these teams that we're talking about? Hours upon hours of games, Joe? You think they're watching all these games? Be honest, man. What do you think?
I probably not, but I hope they watch a lot to see, hey, is there any weaknesses on this team? That's pretty much what I'm talking about. That's not what it should be.
It should just be the games, man. The games and the results. You shouldn't be breaking down teams and what
you want,
because everyone's got their own opinions and their own biases.
No. But you're like I could watch every game. I don't, but if I did, I give you a pretty good idea who's got by first of all, who you play, but second of all, you got a pretty good idea of how good teams are and what their strengths are and what their weaknesses are.
I understand that, but I don't think these people probably get to watch every single game.
I don't know, Woody. I'm not.
Well, let's be realistic.
I'm not going to talk about I don't know what they do. I mean, you can tell me if you know, then tell me. But if you don't know,
I obviously don't know.
All right, well then,
I'm just going to go out on a limb and guess that they didn't spend. They're not going to spend hours upon hours of watching every.
Well, then they
every
shouldn't be
single
on
play
that
from all these
committee.
Games
shouldn't be on that committee. They.
I mean, we're talking about what 5, 6, 7 teams that are fighting for these spots.
Yes.
You think they're watching every single one of those games?
I would think they would. Yeah. If you're going to be on that committee, I'd say it's kind of a
Miami's
big deal.
Wins, Joe. They played number 6, number 18 twice, and number 22. Those are the ranked games for Miami.
Yeah. No, listen, man, they're going to
put it up against Notre Dame. It's not even close.
You don't have to worry. Smokin' Joe running the big show at UM is already got every number possible to spread the word. And
if it wasn't Notre Dame, this wouldn't even be a conversation. It was some, lesser brand. This wouldn't even be a conversation.
Maybe. I'm not totally disagreeing with you. I'm not. But hey, we got 7:00 hour coming up here. We'll
what a bogus system.
Jump system. Well, listen. Unless you have a true,
it's time to get rid of this playoff
unless
committee.
You do
you can't
an
have
NFL,
a group of people in a room doing an eye test.
Unless you do an NFL system where it's very clear the rules are set up. I don't know. Short of that.
Yeah, I just don't think putting a group of people in a room and which team is the best team by the eye test. Like that doesn't make any sense to me anymore.
All right. Hey, listen, I do know what makes sense. And that is, preparing your home. Hurricane season is done. If you haven't done the work you need to do, I just want to tell you, protect your home with Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing. Hey, whether it's at, roof, windows, or doors, you've been thinking about it, been holding off on it, and you got an old leaky roof, and you said, well, we'll wait a little longer. Hey, man, why wait for more damage? Replace your old roof now and pay later. Loctite Impact offers the highest quality roofing materials with lifetime warranty plus thousands of 5-star reviews. Save big on their legendary state-of-the-art Impact windows and doors. Impact windows as low as $6 per window per month installed. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit LoctiteImpact.com. Again, LoctiteImpact.com or call 954-500-LOCK. They got a great staff over there of men and women who will answer the phone and get you started. They cover all of South Florida, and they're ready to take good care of you. Very competitive prices. Protect your home with Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing.
WQ.
This update is brought to you by Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com. Starting with the Dolphins, who won their third straight, beating the Saints 21-17. With the win, the Dolphins are now 5-7 on the season. Next up is a trip to New York to play the Jets on Sunday. Over to the Heat, who host the Clippers tonight. Tip-off is at 7:30 from the Kaseya Center. The game can be heard right here on WQAM. And in college football, the Canes moved up one spot to 12 in the AP poll after their blowout win over Pittsburgh. The new playoff poll will be released on Tuesday. And yesterday, Lane Kiffin decided he will coach LSU. And Auburn hired Alex Golish after he led USF to a fourth-place finish in the American. Joe, go ahead and send it back.
All right, Woody, thank you, man. We've got a lot of stuff going on. And, yeah, man, I might have overdosed on football over the last 3 or 4 days for sure. So you heard we've been talking about the Canes who get a real nice 38-7 win to finish it out at 10-2 in Pittsburgh, and the Dolphins yesterday, crazy game. Controlled the first half. Still not sure what happened with a minute left, where they end up kicking the field goal to make it 16-0 at the half, and then of course Saints come back late in that game and have a chance, had a chance to win the game, actually, like the Commanders did. Had a chance because it was a wild last 3 minutes, all kinds of stuff. We saw a pick 2 on a 2-point conversion. Minkah Fitzpatrick runs it back, gives the Dolphins an extra 2 points, which, by the way, they end up needing because something else that rarely works is an onside kick. And the Saints were able to recover that. And throw one down the sideline. And honestly, man, I don't know how else to say it. It was a drop. Jack Jones had good coverage, but falls down and kind of falls at the end there in the end zone. And their best receiver jumps up and drops it. I mean, it hit him somewhere between the middle of the hands and the middle of the numbers. It was just a bad one. So anyway, after all that being said and done, then you get a 4th and 1, and the Dolphins get stopped to start this whole thing. And at the end, the Miami Dolphins defense gets a 4th and 1 stop, and that's the ball game. And so the Dolphins now go to 5-7, heading to the Jets, who got a win against Atlanta yesterday. And the Fins defense has been great. 13 points, and 17 points they've given up now in the last 3 games, just playing better and better and better. 6 punts, 2 takeaways in 12 drives, a 4th down stop. Run defense has just gotten so much better. So Anthony Weaver's really got those guys playing a lot better, a lot of young guys, a lot of veterans, all playing really well. Congratulations. Probably should have started with this. Devon Achane runs over 1,000 yards yesterday. Another big game for him, 22 carries, 134 yards, now 1,034 on the season. We haven't talked much about Peterson and Bailey really together as punter and kicker have really done a nice job. Peterson, we didn't expect, I didn't know Jason was going to be out this long, Jason Sanders, who obviously had a really bad injury. But Peterson's done a really good job, man. He's made himself a lot of money. He's been clutch, 4 for 4. And they come to find out the Miami Dolphins needed damn near every one of those field goals to win that game. So that was the good news. The head scratcher. What's going on with Tua Tagovailoa? He's getting worse. I don't know how else to say it. And by the way, it seems like, and if you feel this way, please let me know. I'm watching him. He throws a terrible interception, and he just throws another one of those, I call it ducks, and it offends everybody, where it just stays up in the air too long, and the safeties come over.
Which one are you talking about? The one
the guy intercepted. The one, yeah.
Like, it looked like a fair catch one. But those are, Mike said those are punts, right?
Yeah, well, he didn't say that yesterday.
Okay.
But listen, you got to throw that on a rope. And if you can't throw it on a rope before the safety can come over, because he was open. But if you're going to put that much air under the ball and it stayed up there forever, which we've had way too many. Some of these passes yesterday just didn't get there. His movement right now in the pocket is awful.
We got lucky on that other one too that they didn't overturn.
Yeah, that looked like
certainly an interception.
That looked like an interception. I just want to say too, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. 12 of 23, 157, one pick, and just.
Do you think he's hurt, or is it that the injuries have just taken their toll, and it's like
only he knows for sure? But I know he's got to know that he's not playing very well, and they're winning games because of this running game. They're winning because of their defense.
Well, they're winning because they're playing.
And they're playing teams that
team was a disaster.
No, they're bad. They're a bad team. They
Dolphins did their best to hand them the game.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, you guys take it.
But I just it's just looking at this thing, and he tries to get out of the pocket, and he's just he looks like he's my age. He does. It just does time, even short pass. He rolled out, had a couple of short passes and throws it behind his guys. And then when he does, and by the way, I get the plan. I remember like yesterday, Chris and Mike sitting down with Tua. We need you to stay healthy, slide. Don't take big hits. We need you to keep you healthy. So yesterday in a huge play, he's got a chance to run for a first down, and he slides early.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes up a full yard short. And meanwhile, had no idea as he's carrying on about putting up
he was dancing.
Got the first down and was feeling really good about it, only to find out it wasn't even that close.
Can't have it both ways though, man. Like he's got to slide there. He just does. I mean, you know that. I think it sucks, but like he can't put his head down and try to go for the extra yard.
No.
They'll kill him.
But it's just it's sad that you're in this situation that he just, every time he runs, it's short of a first down and it's a slide. And again, I understand that's the game plan, but man, you're just, everybody else that you're watching play, when these plays break down, everybody has plays to break down, or somebody gets beat, one of your linemen get beat, and you got to take off and go. And he just doesn't have the ability. And I'm not talking about watching other games when I got home and watching Red Zone, and I'm not bringing up Josh Allen, keep him playing. I'm not doing that. But it's just you just realize how limited he is right now. Now, I don't know if he said it. Somebody told me he said it, or if somebody else said it, that Brandon Staley told him we're going to take Waddle out of the game. I hate that, man. First of all, if Tua don't please don't if you don't get him the ball, hey, we got to do a better job of getting him the ball than we did. But I don't want to hear defensive coordinator like, oh yeah, I talked to him after the game and he said, we're going to let Waddle beat us, and like you're justifying like the game plan's going to be different. Mike and his coaching staff are doing everything they can, and in some ways limiting this offense to have him do things that he can do where we got a chance to have some positive plays. And it just seems limited, man. It just seems so limited on what we're doing. I want to hear schemes people are running or taking people out. Nobody wants to hear that. That's not the NFL. I just it's just frustrating. It is. You got every part of your team playing better except your quarterback. Your offensive line, I don't want to hear about offensive line, man.
But I hope that ownership is not looking at it like you're saying it right now, right? Because, again, you have to consider the opponents that they're playing, Joe. Like that team out there yesterday, that Saints team was in it to lose, man. Like my God, were they bad.
No, listen, they're
missing their guy. Like
their running backs out.
Yeah.
They have one receiver.
That quarterback he's rough.
I don't think he's that bad.
I don't know.
You watch what you watch. I thought he's pretty good for what he's playing with. I think he's pretty good.
I think that team as a whole is not very good. I don't want to debate the quarterback, but that team is not very good. The Jets are terrible. you're playing the Jets upcoming. Like, you're probably going to beat them
Well,
in a crap fest game. Like,
but you're not going to apologize for beating them. I mean, it's not.
But I don't want this to turn into like, oh, this is working. Let's, let's patch it up and run it back. That's the fear here.
I
right?
think I think ownership understands. You act like we're the only two that know that those are. And by the way, the Jets are a bad team too. They got rid of two of their best defensive players.
I hope that ownership realizes that this is not working and that this quarterback is taking massive steps backwards. Something's wrong.
Well, they got a bigger
hit those throws at the very least, Joe.
Yeah,
and they were talking about on the broadcast yesterday too. Like,
what did they say about him yesterday?
There was one play where Achan's wide open on a screen. Right. And he would have walked into the end zone and they go, well, I was praising Tua for the, anticipation throws. And he misses the guy.
Yeah.
Right. He had Achan right there. He throws it over his head. Like, those are throws that he always made. And again,
I got to tell you, though, if that first read's not there, man.
No, it's panic city.
It is
there.
like,
yes.
Oh my God, what's going to happen next? It really 90% of the time, oh my God, what's going to happen next in this thing? And by the way, it's part of the NFL. It's like, is creativity after a play doesn't work, and good quarterbacks still find a way to either buy time, make somebody miss, throw a dart, or take off and run, or start to run, keep your eyes down the field and find somebody open, man. It's going on all over the NFL, but it ain't going on here.
I just hope ownership understands that in a game against one of the worst teams, if not the worst team in football, you were slightly less pathetic. I hope that ownership understands that. That's what that game was. That game was very, very hard to watch.
Yeah. All right. Hey, listen, I agree.
You had to call that thing, man.
It's 16-0. I know you got the win, but yeah, it was like,
I'm guessing if Ramsey doesn't get Fitzpatrick doesn't get that return, that 2-point thing.
Well, they're kicking a field goal.
Then you're screwed.
Yeah.
You probably lose the game.
Like I said, they actually threw a takeoff and guy dropped the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, he jumped up and there was nobody in front of him. Jack Jones had gone to the ground and he looked like he'd never seen a football before. He had his hands apart and he looked like.
No, Texas makes a good point. Dolphins beat Buffalo 2 weeks ago, so shut it. Yep, well, they did.
Anyway, they've got
run it back.
They got 2 road games coming up, and they're but yeah, Woody. I mean,
it's just yesterday was very, very frustrating to watch, Joe. In a lot of ways,
you would have loved that 16-0 to make it 23-0. Get a stop to start the the second half.
Some things on the offensive side of the ball that make you look like a somewhat competent team.
You have one thing that holds this team back.
Achan. Just that helps you as Achan is the only thing you have.
No, but you have. I think, Mike, I don't know what happened with a minute left in the first half. I don't know if the writers asked yesterday. There's a minute left, and we literally looked like we were running the clock out to kick a field goal instead of Mike, who's usually super aggressive. And I know Tyreek's not around anymore, but about trying to get more points.
I think every time that guy throws the football, you're concerned.
I think
because his throws Mike are so far off.
I think Mike might have been thinking that, man.
Maybe it was the rain.
There's a lot of people that thought that. Listen, man, you're going to play.
I'm just trying to I'm trying to understand how the guy's missing these throws that he's always.
I don't want to hear. And we do this. We do this with when we talk about we talk about guys in blocking for him. That's always a go-to for people that just don't want to look at the truth. And then the second thing is we look at weather. We look at the ball slippery. Look at, man, it's the same ball every friggin' buddy else that plays, and that same weather's got to deal with. And guess what? We got cold weather games coming up here. Yeah. So he's got to play better. That's not acceptable.
All of a sudden, Pittsburgh looks real beatable too.
Yeah, they all do. Pittsburgh.
Well, they're a mess.
Aaron Rodgers got he blaming his receivers.
They want that coach fired now.
Yeah. Listen, man,
it's a mess everywhere.
Win games and get better. That's it. I don't care where they draft. I'm going to stick with this. Win games. We had a lot of guys that are getting better. A lot of guys you want to have back next year more than you thought. A lot of guys are playing at a high level. But one guy that's not playing at a high level is your quarterback, which happens to be the most important position on the team. We've got to go to break here, man. We got a lot more stuff to get to here. Time to tell you about the main man, Anthony Caliendo, man. Hey, what's your end game? I want to talk to all the people out there that think they might be ready to sell that business. What's your end game? Well, smart owners know that planning an exit strategy is the most important investment they can make for their business. The main man has a value maximizing program called the Biz Exit Experts Advisor Program that can help you increase your business value by up to 71% or more before you list your business for sale. 8 out of 10 businesses aren't ready to sell, and they won't sell. Most owners think they know their business, what it's worth. They don't. But you sit down with a guy that's been doing this for a while, the main man, Anthony Caliendo at the Business Broker Experts. He's the best business broker in the state of Florida, and he can help you. He'll sit down with you, go through a game plan for you, and get you on the program and really get you going. Give you a chance. He's got a lot of people looking to buy, moving to South Florida, looking to buy businesses just like yours. So it doesn't matter how big or small, how specialized it is. Listen, let him up the value and let him get going for you. 1-800 the main man. That's 1-800 the main man. That's Anthony Caliendo.
WQAM broadcasting live from
performance, with how I distribute the ball, how I operate the guys. I would say that first, but I want to give our defense, a lot of praise. Also want to give a big shout out to Devon crossing 1,000 yards. That's also big as well. And then also want to shout out some of the friends I made at Joe DiMaggio, Eric, Selena. I see you guys. Just saying what's up.
All right. We just need you to play better, man. I appreciate all the other things. Gee, mini Christmas. But congratulations to Devon Achane. Man, what a pick that was. What a pick. And he just looks so smooth. Just a completely different style running back than all the other guys. Just not the biggest guy. But tell you what, after initial contact, he just breaks a lot of tackles and always falling forward. And then he's got that one thing that he has that most of the other guys don't have. He's got extra horsepower. That guy can flat out run. Even if you're even or have a slight angle on him down the sideline, he has just got great speed. I saw they put up 40-yard dash times at the combine. And of all the fast dudes, and he was in that low 4.3 thing, which I guess also, I think I've said this before, he ran a 10-100 meter at Texas A&M when he was running track. So, but turned into a hell of a running back, man. And by the way, he didn't catch any footballs for the first time in a long time. He always catches some. Yesterday didn't happen. And to the special teams guys, Mr. Peterson, Mr. Bailey, man, just good games for those guys as well. And when you only score one touchdown, you need your field goal kicker to kick a lot of them, and he did 4 for 4 yesterday from him. So we've got that going on, and we got this Lane Kiffin thing. I kind of wait on this Lane Kiffin thing a little bit here. Takes the LSU job. I was wrong. I apologize, Florida. I thought for sure he was going to look at this job. I didn't know he spent so much time with Saban and Pete Carroll, and then apparently talked to the big man above, and he said, I need some help on this decision, and they all said agreed. The big man, Saban and Pete Carroll said, you're an LSU guy. Go get him. So he's on his way to LSU. I love this, though. He couldn't really believe, because he offered apparently to coach, hey, I'd like to coach these guys. They're my guys. I'd like to coach them through the playoffs. And the school said what they should have. Get out of here. You're done. We don't want you. You don't want to be here.
Something's wrong with him, right? I don't know if you saw his interview. Marty Smith is like camped out there and catches him out on the airfield.
Yeah.
Where all the fans were, were flipping him off and everything. And he genuinely didn't get why they wouldn't let him coach. He's like,
please tell me that's.
No, he's like, well, they'd be better if I were here, this and
they'd
that.
They'd be better. You're going to take all the players you want from that team. They're all going to follow you. It's 1 year free agency.
They're letting the Tulane guy, right, who the Gators got, they're letting him coach because it's irrelevant, right?
Yeah.
But the guy went to a rival school.
Yeah, Ole Miss and LSU, all part of the SEC, yes.
They recruit the same guys, right, Joe?
They probably do recruit the same guys. You're right. In that case, you're probably right. Should definitely hit the same transfer portal.
Yeah.
But, so this whole thing with and he's upset. I wouldn't let you coach. You're gone. Hell, they're fighting over coaches. Ole Miss was smart, though. They wanted some of his coaching staff because he is a hell of a coach. And
I don't know how much different the money was, right? But it makes zero sense. You're in the playoff. You're about to coach in the playoff.
Ole Miss.
What does LSU do for you that this place can't?
Ole Miss already said they would, while you were gone, said they match money.
Okay, so there you go. So what is it then?
They're going to match bonuses, and by the way, it's going to end up being $12 million a year, 7 years plus bonuses. And if I'm working off, which those guys all work off bonuses for wins.
So why go
bonuses
to another
to get
school?
to the playoffs?
You've reached the peak of your profession. You're about to go coach in the playoff. Why leave? He may never get there, by the way. He has a couple bad years at LSU. They do the same thing to him that they did to the other guy. He'll be gone.
Well, they owe him a lot of money.
Well, they obviously don't seem to care over
That
there.
buyout money, they might be paying a lot of dough if they let him.
Do you realize how much money they're going to be paying?
So
over
I think
there?
the LSU's a better overall job, just for the record. Better history.
mean,
I think it's easier to get recruits in.
I guess.
I do.
But so that's what you did? You left a job where you got it rolling to go to a place that it might be easier to recruit?
I don't think
He's
he's done things this year that have never happened at Ole Miss. That's how good this season's been. Last year, didn't he have 10 wins, I think, last year, too?
Yeah, there's just no guarantee that you're getting back to the playoff ever. Like, you got a chance to coach for a national championship. That's kind of the goal, isn't it? And then to leave right in the middle of that to go for another job, it's like very similar.
I think he got as good as they are. And I think he's a really good coach. I wouldn't trust him, though. He bounces
he's
jobs.
a really good coach or not.
You don't think he's a really good coach? 11-1 didn't do it, or what he did last year. Nobody else been able to do it. Ole Miss for a while. You don't think?
I think a lot. First of all, I think a lot of the stuff in college football matters if the programs are buying in, if they're going to pay the guys. Like, to me, that's
wait a
number
second.
one right
No,
now.
you didn't answer the question. You don't think?
I think he's a good. Yeah, I think he's a pretty good coach. He hasn't won anything.
He's pretty good.
He hasn't won anything, and everywhere he's gone, it's ended very poorly.
Well, he hadn't been very loyal. You know, what he got called a hoe. He got called a hoe and didn't like that.
Here's the problem. What if he wins 10 games at LSU? Then the NFL calls him. Goodbye, LSU.
I don't know. That Al Davis thing might have ruined him for trying to go back to the NFL.
And it just doesn't make any sense to me when you're about to coach in the playoffs
Look at man
to go take a comparable job.
Well, that's why he tried to get the best of both worlds. He said, "I'm leaving, but can I coach the team?" And they're like, "Oh yeah." And you can just take all our coaches, take all the players, all the best players, and leave the guys you don't want. How's that work? Yeah, I wouldn't have done it either. No, it sucks for those kids at Ole Miss because
they better let them play in the playoff, by the way. Not penalize them because their coach left. That'd be the ultimate screw job.
I don't think they will.
Well, that's what they've been saying. They said, they'll hold it against them if the coach leaves.
I didn't hear that, but would he? Sometimes did you hear?
No, that wasn't. That's an actual thing, yeah.
Because you got going now. You got him as like he's an average coach because you don't like him.
He just hasn't.
No, but
anything.
you do that. I mean, you do that though. You don't like somebody and they suck at what they do.
I didn't say he sucked. He just hasn't won anything. Has he?
I don't know. He's got a good his offensive system. And he's getting guys there that I'm watching that game. He got some players on that team now. You don't win 11 games in that conference without
a lot of coaches though seem like they're getting. I mean, like Tulane guy gets hired by the Gators. I don't know about that hire. That's an interesting one.
You got to find guys that have had success at smaller schools that you think have a chance.
Auburn just hired the coach from USF. Hey, there's fourth place in that crap conference.
Hey man, there's a lot of jobs. Everybody's getting rid of these coaches. Cal got rid of their coach after he lost to Stanford. Wilcox is out. Stanford got rid of their guy. They just hired another guy. Yeah, there's a ton of openings, man. In this new world of college football with this money. Whew, man, it's crazy.
Like Kiffin will go to Bam after 3 years at LSU.
I'll tell you what, he's got quite a resume of jumping ship. Now, he's been fired from some of them, to be fair. He left Tennessee, got fired at USC.
Someone said, like, FSU losing their QB, if Ole Miss loses their head coach, you don't put them in the playoffs.
A little different.
They need to be in the
We're
playoffs.
getting a little carried away on
coaches,
Coach ain't throwing the
coach
football.
is coach, man. The players are the ones out there playing. Come on now. I get he's calling the plays, and that's important, but
yeah,
someone else can do it.
There's no way they're going to keep that team out. No way. That would be. There'd be a lot of people finally complaining. That would be the ultimate shot.
Somebody said he's arguably the best coach in the nation. This guy 954. All right, cool,
pretty good.
Okay, fair enough. He's the best coach in the nation.
I don't think recruiting at Ole Miss is an easy job. Do you?
I think if the school pays, then yes, it's easy.
They're all paying, Woody.
No, they're not all paying.
Woody,
Joe.
all
the ones that are in the top of this thing are paying.
Dumbass. The teams we're talking about. Now, I don't throw out all the weak sisters. All the teams in the SEC
the ones
are
that
paying.
We're talking about, yes,
they're paying what he paid. What the amount of money Ole Miss is paying, if not more. You know that.
I do know that. That's what I'm
All right,
telling
that's what
you.
we're talking.
If
No,
your
you're not
school-
saying
if your
that.
school commits and they want to be in and they want to pay guys, you're going to compete.
I think Ole Miss loses out when they recruit directly against Alabama, LSU, Georgia, get involved. I think Ole Miss comes up short a lot. That's why I think what he did this year is very impressive. I think Texas beats him on a lot of players. Now, maybe you don't think that.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not impressive, Joe. I just like to
Well, you
crown,
don't give
to
him
crown
any-
the guy like the greatest coach in history. You know,
We're not saying nobody said he's the greatest
I
coach
said
in
he's
history.
someone just texted in. He's
You-
the best coach in the country, arguably.
He didn't say history, though. You add stuff on to everything everybody says. We had to do the exaggeration show, and you can be the president of the club. You really can. You'd be really good at that. Anyway, hey, we got to go to break here. We got a lot of stuff to get to here. Besides, you're a real negative. At the end of the day, you come back.
Do you like Lane Kiffin?
You had a great 4 or 5 days. It doesn't affect me one way or the other. I don't like the way he handled this, actually, at all. But, I know he's a good coach.
He jerked him around for, what, 2 weeks?
Oh, my God, Woody. What's wrong with you, dude? You're the most
I'm sorry.
I
I just
you're
don't like the way the guy handled the whole situation.
everything we talk about, you're negative about. You just come in and is the sun out today? Jamie, is the sun out? Let me know. Does it look pretty good out? Good? Thumbs up. Because you're trying to put a friggin' cloud on my Monday. You really are. All right. Hey, listen, we got more stuff to get to here. God dang, this guy, man. You got anybody wants to come and work with Woody, call me, man, because he wear your ass out. I'm telling you right now. Hey, I'll tell you what else going to wear you out. Baptist Health South Florida, wear you out with great doctors. Boy, I'm telling you right now, do they have a program? Where do the pros go? When they get injured, Inter Miami, the Heat, the Panthers, the Miami Dolphins all have these great doctors that work with their teams daily, and they got great specialists for every part of the body. That's how you become a top sports medicine program, man, for the knee and shoulder and foot and ankle and hand and back and hip and knee replacement, Achilles. They got it all covered. They've seen it all when it comes to injuries in sports. They really have. That's the reason they take care of Inter Miami, the Heat, the Panthers, the Dolphins, FIU, FAU. And they got great facilities to go with it that are very easy for you to get to. Doctors Hospital in Coral Gables, Hard Rock Stadium at the training facility, and 595 in Pine Island in Plantation. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho. One go every day, man. It's about getting you healthy. Back out playing the sports you love the most. I'm not All right, Woody. What do you have for us here on a Monday morning?
All right, Joe, we got to skip through all these Thanksgiving games, although I guess we haven't gotten your thoughts on any of these, have we?
Yeah, you don't need
Want to
my
go back to
thoughts.
Thanksgiving?
What I remember
Chiefs.
of them, they were good.
Chiefs 6-6.
Oh,
You know what's funny? The good teams, like the teams we think are really good, they all seem to have problems too, don't they? Like the Rams lost.
that
The
was
Eagles
a shock.
seem to have issues.
By the way, that was a shocker seeing the Ram. But Woody, man, in the
Isn't that
big
crazy?
picture,
There's no team that's like separated themselves from the pack here.
no,
Not a single
no,
team.
No, I agree.
Who's the best team in the AFC, Joe?
I know who's gonna have. I think I have pretty good idea who's gonna have the best record. I think it's a team in New England. Don't they play tonight?
Yeah. Well,
But
true.
I agree, man. If you're not 500,
but are they
teams,
the best team though? Do you think the Patriots make a playoff run?
No, but I think they're gonna get a bye week. Whatever the bye week
Yeah,
means.
that's true.
I
I guess that's technically a run.
outside of a couple of teams, it just seems like you get sloppy or you can lose.
There's a lot of these teams, like the 49ers beat the Browns 26-8. They're 9-4. The Jags are 8-4.
A little
They
surprised.
got the Titans, which is
Yeah.
always
All right, that's
always helpful.
Yeah, that's a good one to grab.
The Colts are having trouble, man. They lost to the Texans
Oh,
20-16. The Colts are now 8-4.
By the way,
They got some injuries over there.
are the Jags, like, because of record and the tiebreakers, they might be first place right now in that division.
Yeah.
And the Texans are game behind, 7-5. They've won 4 in a row.
Jets got their third win. Beat the Falcons 27-24.
I didn't get to see any part of that. I
I don't think
trying
anyone
to
got to
figure out
see
how
any
they-
part of that.
how that happened.
Speaking of a team, remember the Bucks were like, remember we thought they had a chance to be pretty good.
Who'd they play?
They
Arizona?
won, but 20-17 over the Cardinals. They're
Yeah.
7-5.
We'll get to see him, Woody, in a couple weeks.
The Panthers got their 7th win.
Yeah.
7-6 over the Rams, 31-28.
We saw that show up there.
The Vikings started quarterback I'd never heard of.
Me neither.
They lost 26-0 to Seattle. Seattle's pretty good.
They're
Very good, actually.
They're arguably right up there at
Yep.
the top of the list.
The Bills got their 8th win. They beat the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers got hurt.
Oh,
Dolphins get them in a couple weeks.
Joey Bosa, I just happened to get home to see that. Planted him. Never saw him from the backside. Smashed him face right into the ground. And he was going crazy.
The Chargers, they got their 8th win. 8-4 over the Raiders, 31-14.
That schedule gets tougher now.
Broncos, maybe 10-2, 27-26.
Overtime win on the
Yeah.
road. They're at 10 wins.
Does that do anything for the Broncos? Do anything for
No.
you?
Not sold on that group either.
Hmm.
They got good defense, though.
By the way, the Ravens got beat up.
Yeah, the
The
Ravens.
Bengals.
Hey, how weird is this? Ravens in Kansas City, not in the playoffs.
Lions are 7-5.
The only thing is somebody's got to win that division. Either the Ravens, unless Cincinnati makes this unbelievable comeback, but Ravens or Pittsburgh, somebody's got to win.
Both 6-6.
Damn,
Ravens and Steelers.
that's crazy.
South, you got the Colts and the Jags with the same record.
Yeah. It's a
Cowboys are trying to chase down the Eagles out in the NFC.
Yeah.
No, Cowboys
couple
keep
games
winning.
behind. Yeah.
Cowboys won 3 in a row to get to 6-5. The Bears are 9-3.
That was a nice story. That's, by the way, that and the story with the Patriots, those two best stories in football, right? For teams.
Yep.
Chicago.
So Rams, Seahawks, 49ers all have 9 wins out in the West. And then the South, they got the Bucks and the Panthers with 7 wins.
Yeah.
A lot of
Hey, man, down the stretch we go because this
Yeah.
is going to be fun to watch and see because now they're going to start playing more division games, more head-to-head games here at the end and see what happens. See what happens with all those teams trying to get in position. I'm not ready to put the Dolphins in that conversation of 5-7, and I know they got the Jets next, which should be 6-7. But the Jags, Colts, Texans, Chargers, Bills, all have better teams right now. So we'll see how it plays out unless they all beat each other up. All right, Wood.
A lot of people curious what Omar's going to say today.
Is he coming up here?
He is coming up. What do you think? Is he going to say Tua had a nice game? A lot of people are wondering.
No.
He's been very positive.
Listen, man, I know, but there's a lot of guys playing a lot better. Whatever the competition is, they've got a lot of guys. A lot of the draft picks are playing better. Obviously, having Austin Jackson back at right tackle made you better. It's just defense, running game's been good. It's just one part, and it just happens to be the most important part. Tua's not playing well. I don't know how many times we have to go around it. You can say, we can make excuses for him and look to blame other people. He's not playing very well. And sometimes he throws footballs that they look like they should be part of duck hunting. Those are not good. Throws it up. Those guys can make plays on the ball. We saw a couple of them yesterday. He had a couple drops the week before. He went deep and into double coverage, and the guy dropped it. It's, I don't know. I know he didn't sound like he wanted to talk about himself, and he was giving praise to the rest of his team and the defense for bailing him out yesterday after kicking all those field goals. But it's, and it's every part of his game. It's not just his arm. It's his legs. I don't know. I don't know if something's wrong. Maybe the team's knows there's something wrong and trying to protect him. I don't know. I don't know if you got a conspiracy theory out there on him.
Well, something is up.
Well, he's not as good.
I don't know if it's a conspiracy theory. I mean, he was missing. The problem is he's missing the throws he usually made, unless it had to do with the weather.
Was it too cold?
No,
Snow?
it was raining
Windy?
pretty good during the game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, like,
hey, man,
could have impacted his throws.
you're up in the Northeast. Wind, rain, snow.
Yeah. Well, sometimes in the Southeast.
I'm guessing he'll come on the radio in the morning and go, it's not his fault, man. It's the weather.
We have different situation going on here, okay?
It
is possible, though, that played a factor, right?
No. Are you looking for excuses?
It's not an excuse. I think it's definitely a possibility. He has trouble throwing in the extreme cold, right? Or in any level of cold.
I'll let you know the next 2 weeks.
It's true.
He's going to catch a couple of cold ones, not to mention New England at the end of the year. Hey, we've got 8 o'clock hour coming up. We'll talk to Omar about that and see what Omar has to say. We'll talk about the Dolphins here a little bit coming up next. But first, I want to talk to you about a plan to get you back out on the main road here. Man, it happens to all guys. It happened to me a little bit. I don't want to get into my past history, but you find yourself off the road a little bit. You get in a funk, whether you're going through a divorce, you lose your job and just not sure what's going on. You find yourself drinking a little too much, or you just in a real downer and you can't get out of it by yourself. Well, Dr. Barry and his staff at Recovery Unplugged have a great program for you. A game changer on the field, we like to say. It's here, and that's to help your mental health. Recovery Unplugged Behavioral Health has a beautiful mental health residential program in Fort Lauderdale. For 12 years, they've helped over 20,000 people heal with expert clinical team and innovative treatments like ketamine therapy for depression, anxiety, and trauma. If you or someone you love needs a winning strategy, just needs a little help, call 954-737-4508 or visit recoveryunplugged.com. You can learn more about them. Everyone deserves a great season in life. Recovery Unplugged, heal out loud.
Kia, home of the price. See to our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com. Starting with the Dolphins, who won their third straight, beating the Saints 21-17. With the win, the Dolphins are now 5-7 on the season. Next up is a trip to New York to play the Jets on Sunday. Over to the Heat, who host the Clippers tonight. Tip-off is at 7:30 from the Kaseya Center. The game can be heard right here on WQAM. And the college football, the Canes, who moved up to one spot to number 12 in the AP poll after the blowout win over Pittsburgh. The new playoff poll will be released on Tuesday, and yesterday Lane Kiffin decided he will coach LSU, and Auburn hired Alex Golish after he led USF to a fourth-place finish in the American. The Joe Rowe Show continues now.
It literally does not matter what the it looks like. Team wins are team wins. And now you are 4 of 5, 3 in a row winners. Okay? And a gigantic point-saving pick. Sewell, game ball. We had 4 tackles, 1.5 sacks, tackle for loss, 3 quarterback hits, Chop Robinson. Devon Achane, officially over 1,000 yards rushing season. He's going to be surprised because it was shaking the rust off. Austin Jackson. Boy wonder kicker Riley, 4 for 4 and an extra point. I will remember this game as the defining moment of new guy. Okay, we got all black, 7 tackles, sack, fumble, pick, safety, Minka Fitzpatrick. I'm proud of the way we went to war. We did not quit. It was annoying as hell. It felt like a game that wasn't as fun, but we learned more about each other. We got better without getting worse. We got another W.
There's no other group I'd rather be doing this with, man. Hey. No other group. You know what I mean?
You gonna cry, man. You made me feel good, man.
Let's keep stacking. Let's
You gonna cry, man.
Let's bang out these last 5.
I love you too, man. I love you too.
Hey, family on me, family on 3. 1, 2, 3, family.
Inside the Dolphins locker room after their win over the Saints, we're heading out to the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com. Joe?
Hey, Woody, I think that got Omar Kelly a little fired up listening to that, minus the F-bombs that we didn't get to hear. As Omar Kelly, Miami Herald Dolphins columnist, joins us this morning. So, Omar, I just wonder, when you got in the car and you did all your work last night, how did you feel about that Dolphin win? I'm just curious.
All these years have taught me a win is a win, no matter how ugly it is. I can tell you right now, as one of the historians of the team, when I go back and look at the 2016 or 2017 season, I don't even remember how they won those games most of the time.
Yeah.
I just remember it's a W or an L. So congratulations to the Dolphins on getting 4 of 5 and making their season respectable after it looked like we were about to organically tank for the year. And keep in mind, they've got 5 victories right now and lost 4 games that they had won in the fourth quarter. And, you know, that could be better despite the fact that I think they don't really have a very good roster.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of parts of that when you said that, because there's some games that could have lost in there too.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
No. I mean, got it though. You know, you can spend. I get you, and so I want to ask you. We just get into everything because a lot of guys are getting better, and Mike obviously. I don't know. I feel like he's really coaching for his job, and listen, we got a lot of guys playing better. The HN and the running game. We got something rolling there. Having Austin back, the running game, and the defensive line looks like they're getting better. That defense overall wasn't as good in the second half, but still just giving up the 17 points and the big plays they're getting. There's one area of this team, though, that's not playing well, and it's the quarterback. Is there something wrong with him before we get into his game yesterday, or was it the weather? Was the ball wet? I'm looking for something. Help me out.
Well, one, it's the offense because they're not executing in the red zone. primarily the passing game. And let's be honest about the situation and say that Tua doesn't exactly have the greatest arsenal of weapons. There's Waddle and Achane, and now Darren Waller has returned. Everybody else has been a massive disappointment. I don't even know why NWI is even on the roster right now. But with that said, and I wrote a column about this in the Miami Herald, I didn't even care if they won or lost. I'm very stunned and disappointed in what I've seen from Tua the last couple of weeks. I don't know if I was blinded by the fact that he had a horrendous offensive line earlier in the season. Now that the offensive line has got this jumbo package and they're actually playing good and they're pummeling people and they're protecting their quarterback, what I have noticed is Tua can no longer move. Tua can no longer avoid sacks. Tua, Tua cannot run for a first down. And I no longer think this is the directive that they've given him. You got to keep yourself safe. Because Tua's been hit plenty this season. He showed he's not made of glass. But there is absolutely no athleticism. I feel like I'm looking at a 40-year-old quarterback right now. He is aged like a banana. I don't know what happened to him, but he can no longer move.
Well, it's been longer than just a few weeks that he's had this problem, in my opinion. But I know you were on his side a little longer than I've been on his side. He's just the passes, his accuracy yesterday, short stuff. And one thing it looks like, if that first guy's not open, all hell breaks loose, man. You don't know what's going to happen next because he can't run. He can't outrun anybody on a defense. So he's got a few steps to get rid of the ball. How many times, he ends up being a big play. It didn't cost him. He slides early on a potential first down at the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Comes up a yard short after he thought he was pointing like he had it and didn't realize he was short of it. I'm just frustrated with every part of his game. A deep pass, he was up there forever yesterday in the air. Safety comes over, makes a play.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Ben Roethlisberger at the end of his career. I mean, and keep in mind, Ben was like 40. And, where he couldn't move anymore and he just looked like an old version of himself. I'm like, Tua isn't even 30 yet. And I wrote this in my column for the Miami Herald. I remember going back in the 2020 draft, and I had an assistant GM talk to me, and he was talking to me about the draft and the quarterbacks, and his team actually needed a quarterback. But he told me that Tua was not on their board at all. They took him off their board for medical reasons, and it wasn't necessarily the hip. It was the fact that their doctors evaluated Tua or evaluated what was available to them, because not everybody really got a chance to evaluate Tua. And based on what was available to them, they determined that he wasn't going to have longer than an 8-year NFL career. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what? Like, how? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, especially now in this generation where basically quarterbacks have all the rules that protect him. You can't even breathe on the quarterback wrong.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a penalty. So these quarterbacks are playing till they're 40, unless they choose not to. But they were so adamant that, hey, this guy's not going to have a long NFL career. And, it didn't make sense to me then, but now I'm looking at him and I'm watching it. I'm like, wow, this kind of makes sense to me now. Like, how I truly don't know, because I know I can show you film where he's way more athletic, way more elusive, way more better on the rollout and the play action. And now he just looks like a guy who can't move.
Yeah. Let me ask you, a minute left in the first half, and they end up kicking a field goal to make it 16-0. It was the weirdest 2-minute drill. They used their timeout right away, which I didn't understand. Still left a minute left. They just settled. Were they afraid he was going to turn the ball over and cost them 3 points? I mean, I'm trying.
That's a good question, because there was like 13 seconds left, and they had opportunities to spike it and then make one attempt at the end zone. And they basically were just like, yeah, let's just run out the clock and take the 3 points. And it wasn't even a short field goal either. It was like a 49-yard field goal. And, great confidence that you have in Riley Patterson. But, like, to not even, I don't even know. Joe, I can't tell you because it didn't make, the one thing I know and can understand and expect is that Mike will make excuses for Tua, even though he said yesterday he didn't play well. And it wasn't just his fault because then he threw other people under the bus. But like the one thing that I've always known about Tua after his rookie season is he's going to be efficient and he's going to put your team in position to win games. He's going to score touchdowns and not field goals in the red zone. He's not going to turn over the ball. That was who he was. Not even on a just good day. That's just who he was as a quarterback. That's no longer who he is. And it's puzzling to me what happened. And honestly, I've actually heard Tua say, I'm trying to figure out what's happened. Like, I know he's acknowledged I'm not athletic. I'm not as athletic as I used to be. I know he's acknowledged he's throwing more turnovers than he ever has. Yes, he does not have Tyreek Hill, and Tyreek Hill makes anybody or any quarterback better. But this isn't a Tyreek Hill's not here problem. This isn't a offensive line is crap problem.
Yeah.
This is something is wrong with your quarterback.
Yeah. So did I hear did he say Brandon Staley talked to him after the game and told him that we weren't going to let Waddle beat us outside? Did I hear that or something like that? Or
yeah,
we're going to take him out of the game.
Yes, they were doubling Waddle and and putting Cloud and Waddle, and I mean, and I expect that from just about every team. And yeah, it's like make Malik Washington and who else they got? I don't even know the name.
Cedric Wilson.
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, Cedric Wilson. Like, man, this is such a disappointing receiving core. I'm. And no shade at anybody that's here, but you see this opportunity. Tua needs somebody other than Waddle and Devon, and nobody's stepping up. Nobody.
Well, you got to admit though, he had a chance to make some throws and he missed some guys yesterday. He just flat out missed some short passes. By the way, he does have, I thought looking at it, I know you saw the Waddle deep pass that was intercepted. That thing's got to be a shot right over the top of the cornerback and it's open, but you can't throw it up there where the safety's got, time to come over and make the play, which he did. I don't know. It's just, it just holds us back with one position. Because I'm with you. I think Devon Achane is just having just an unbelievable year. And defensively they're getting better. Offensive line, and especially Austin being back in the lineup, and the quarterback position is so important because game is built to throw, man. And I'm not saying the guys. You're right. Some of these guys got to pick it up a little bit, but man.
Joe, you know me. I've never been a person who sits here and says Tua's holding this team back. Never. I've never said that. But for the last 2 weeks, I have been able to see, hey, his game has drastically declined.
Yeah.
And I have, to me, the only thing I can conclude is these hip injuries have really took something out of him.
Yep.
It's not the mandate of don't get hit. He just cannot move anymore. Well, I mean, even the Washington game where like a 330-pound guy ran him down. Like, I've never seen that ever into his career.
So it's an interesting one because I don't know. And I just know sometimes physically, if things aren't right with your body, it can start to affect you mentally and your confidence. Cause like you said, you can't do some of the things he probably did in college or early in his career that he definitely can't do. He doesn't even look like the zip doesn't even come up. Very seldom do you see it where it really comes out. So anyway, besides that, hey, defensively, I wanted to ask you before I let you go here, defensive line, man, young guys, biggers than the boys are getting better. And he's made a nice jump from not playing to making some plays, huh?
There's no reason Zeke Biggers shouldn't have played to begin the season anyway. That doesn't never made sense to me and still doesn't make sense to me. He is your biggest defensive tackle. He is a actual nose tackle. You only had one on the roster.
Yeah.
But besides that, yes, Jordan Phillips and all the time that they've invested in those guys, Jordan Phillips and
Kenneth
the
Grant.
first
Yeah.
Kenneth Grant all the time. And I do think Austin Clark is one of the best position coaches. So I didn't have a doubt that they'd eventually get it. The problem was the lumps and the lickings that you take.
No, it took a while.
It took a while. I mean, and teams were like, hell, we're just gonna run at them, and you don't see anybody doing that anymore. So, but collectively, I think they've gelled as a unit. I think Jordan Brooks has probably never played ball better than this. Terrell Dotson's probably played ball better than this. Collectively, they are doing great as a team. Now, would I love to see the edge rushers do a little bit more? How many sacks did Chubb miss?
Well,
Probably
Chubb,
about 4.
Yeah, the good news is Chubb's getting back there. No, I tell you what,
Yeah.
Bradley Chubb could easily have double-digit sacks right now. And he's had some misses or led the guy into other guys to make plays.
Bradley got to realize every sack he misses, that's about $500,000 on your next contract. You leave it on the table, brother.
Yeah.
You got to finish because you're about to be a free agent. And Chop, I'm glad that he was real braggadocious after the game, and I'm like, okay, you finally have a good game, and he's like, oh, people must have forgot. Must have forgot about me. I'm like, okay, you haven't done anything all year, bro. Like you
I didn't know that, man. You say, well, listen, man, it's good the young guy got confidence. Like, hey, man, hey, I got it now. Hey, stop saying. He acts like he doesn't hear anything. Now all of a sudden he makes it clear he heard everything.
Yeah.
Our first round pick, you hadn't done anything. How's your first round pick now? Yeah, I got you. Hey, thank you, Omar. Appreciate you coming on, man. Take care of yourself.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right. Omar Kelly, Miami Herald Dolphins columnist, joining us this morning to talk a little bit about I would call it a mystery of Tua. I don't know what we're going to call it. All right. Hey, we got
last couple of games, man.
Last couple?
Something's going on.
Last couple?
Yeah. All of a sudden he's lost his athleticism.
Oh, man. All right. Hey,
I love Omar, man.
Hey,
every week.
You don't know what you're getting tomorrow neither. So it's a fresh day tomorrow. Hey, I want to talk to you about a big event going on here, man, at Lone Depot Park next Monday at 7:00. If you love tennis, well, then getting better. Then Carlos Alcaraz coming to take on Joel Fonseca. And by the way, that's besides that match, they got two of the top women in the world, Amanda Anisimova and Jessica Pegula will be playing 4 and 6 in the world. They'll be playing each other. First ever event at Lone Depot Park. That's next Monday at 7:00. Tickets start at $40. They're on sale now at marlins.com/tennis. That's marlins.com/tennis. If you love tennis and you can't wait for the Miami Open, well, this is a nice little teaser as Carlos Alcaraz and the gang will be out there. He is unbelievable to watch, by the way, and the girls are fantastic, and Jessica and Amanda will be out there. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And, of course, the Brazilian sensation, Fonseca, who fills up stadiums and arenas by himself. That guy is something else. Hey, tickets on sale now, marlins.com/tennis. The tickets, again, for December 8th at 7 p.m. at Lone Depot Park.
Joe, before we get back to the show here, let people know the Welcome to Rockville Music Festival returns to Daytona International Speedway May 7th through the 10th. It is featuring Guns N' Roses, Foo Fighters, My Chemical Romance, Godsmack, and more. We got a chance for you to win a pass to all 4 days. Just text the word ROCK, that is ROCK, to 20357. And that is ROCK to 20357. For more information, you can go to WQAM.com. Tickets also available at welcometorockville.com. This is a text contest. Message and data rates apply. Do not text and drive, Joe.
All right, Woody. Good stuff. And a lot of football. How much football did you get to watch while you're doing those basketball games?
Well, I was pretty locked in on those games. And then, we played 5 o'clock on Thanksgiving, which was the Chiefs game.
Okay.
We caught a little of that on the bus ride back, and played Friday evening. So I was pretty locked in on the hoops, man.
Okay.
The weekend was good for football, though.
Yeah. Whether it's
there was one game I had my focuses on. I was on Saturday. That game against Pitt. I curious. I was a little surprised that they went up there and
I was too.
Provided the ass whooping that they did.
I was too.
Right. I thought it was gonna be a close game.
I did not see a 38-7 win. I mean they did what they wanted. They just
that was a full destruction.
Great game plan, but all the guys, young guys, the guys have been around. It's funny. You're watching guys as maybe it's just me. I don't know if you do it as a fan. I'm watching, going, oh man, I hope he doesn't play too much better. I want him to come back one more year. I don't want to say who. I don't want to say who that was, though.
I don't even know. I'm not sure which guy you're thinking of, but yeah, that's the selfish college fan in you, right?
Or you're going, oh man, I hope this guy plays enough where he'll stay around and be.
That's another one. Yeah.
You don't want to lose him that way. And then you've got some guys. It's time to go make money. Bain and Mesidor.
Yes.
Maui Noah. Go. Whether you're the number 3 tackle and number 1 guard, which somebody told me was. Either way, you got great value on a big shortage of really good offensive linemen in the NFL. He's going to be just fine. He is going to be just fine for that. So I can't tell you who the teaser is. That's Moten. I'd like to see him come back and play another year, but 25 pounds, and man, he's had last couple of games have just been really good. So
team made their case, man. They did as much as they could the final month of the season.
Yeah, they did. And
I hope it's enough. I really do. Do you think they get in?
No.
Yeah, I don't either.
No, but you know what? We waited till 8:30 and I knew how you felt. I mean, I know what you think.
I think they'll get screwed. Yes, they'll be and it's crazy because they'll be the last team. Like they will be the first team out.
Yeah, they'll be what we see in March Madness.
Yep, they will be the first team out.
Oh, Miami came up just short, and again,
because it appears it would be Notre Dame that they would have to jump, right? And I just don't.
They're not doing that
because of the only reason
do that
is because of the Notre Dame brand. It has nothing to do with anything else.
They're going to say they had the most consistent.
Whatever.
Oh, I'm just telling you. I believe they're going to say their 2 losses are against 2 of the top teams in the country, and then they ran. Now
Yep.
I look at it and go, the 2 best teams you played, you lost to.
That's very true.
But they're not going to look at it that way.
No.
Oh, they ran it, and they're going to get benefit, and they shouldn't, because we're also. I was talking with Frank Ford yesterday, and Frank brought up, this is what we're talking about before the game up there, and we're talking about, well, we were saying early in the season doesn't matter when you go out and play, and a lot of teams do. Like the first week or 2 of college football, they match up really good teams against each other. And hey, look at Alabama shouldn't get a hall pass for their loss that they had. One of their 2 losses is against that Florida State.
The alternative, and I guess we're kind of trending this way, is just to not schedule these games at all in the beginning of the season. Just schedule the bottom feeders of the MAC or the WAC or the American or Conference US or whatever, man.
But you rank them, and you feel really good because South Florida just beats Florida. They come down.
Mm-hmm.
And then you take care of Florida, and then you think you're getting the Florida State that played Alabama, and they're going, well, now we find out they weren't that team. Well, they shouldn't be that team for Alabama either then.
It's weird, man. But the problem is now is you got a group of people sitting in a room making these decisions and basing it on the eye test, which is such a everyone's got their own opinions and biases and
that's part of it.
Things a different way.
Yeah, and if you
can't get these, it's just not a good system.
What we've had people blinded for a couple weeks on this already. I at least wanted to see it play out. And they dominated their last 4 games, and they look the way you're supposed to look, but they need to get to 10-2. Because if they're 9-3 and we're having this is not even being talked about. Matter of fact, Mario's getting toasted, roasted, and posted right now. If he loses that game, they go 9-3.
Correct.
Because they're going, wow, they weren't even good as last year's team with that bad defense. So put together, really nice season. 10 wins back-to-back. And listen, man, this team has nothing in common with last year's team. This team is so much better. Even with all those weapons they had offensively last year. And they were loaded. They were loaded at the receiver position. But I got to tell you, man, Malachi ain't taking a back seat to too many of those receivers from last year, is he?
No, and I think the big difference, though, is that this team, for the first time, I can't really remember, Joe, like the last time a Miami team was trending upward to finish a season.
That's true.
Last year, the defense was falling apart.
Too bad loss. Georgia Tech,
yeah.
and then
I mean, your defense was just completely
Syracuse.
falling apart. You have, I'd put that defense up against any defense in the country, wouldn't you? The job that Corey Heatherman's done.
They're pretty darn good right now. They're listen, they can do it both ends now. They can score. They're good at every position. I'm not saying they're getting number 1 picks at every position, but they got really, really good college football players. Really good. And this team it's not so much better. First of all, defensively, so much better than last year. Even though some of the guys are the same guys coming back and a year later, but this says a lot about the coaching. Heatherman's done a great job of those guys defensively. Safety's playing great, making a lot of plays. So we'll just have to wait now. We're on the wait and see program, but I don't feel good about it. No.
Well, I wonder what happens if Duke wins. Like if Duke wins, does Miami get an extra spot open up because Duke's not getting in, right? I wouldn't think.
What do you mean they're not getting in at 8-5?
Right, they wouldn't get in. Wouldn't they let another one of those crap conference teams in? Like,
did they? I don't know what they did. Did they put a?
I think if one of those conference champions is ranked higher, I believe they would get in over Duke. Know. But Duke, like, if Duke wins that game, you can't put them in the playoff.
You shouldn't.
Not a playoff team.
Nothing against.
I lost to UConn.
I like Manny too. Listen, I'm Manny Diaz, and
everyone likes Manny Diaz. It's not a question of that.
But that team should not be in the playoffs. That team should not. I don't care if they put together the greatest game they've ever had. And Virginia's been a bunch of tight ball games. Let's not be surprised if Duke beats them. But my God, man.
Someone said like it's preposterous they're playing for the championship with their record. Here's the problem, though. They have the same conference record as a handful of these teams, right? And now, the ACC did away with the Coastal and the Atlantic and the divisions.
Right, just taking the 2 top-ranked teams by
I don't
conference
know. What do you want
record.
to do? Like, I think maybe you should go look at the overall record. Could be a tiebreaker. That'd be a pretty simple tiebreaker. Look at, overall, or look at strength of schedule. Like any of those things probably
not
help,
everybody. This goes back to not every, like Miami's schedule is a lot more difficult than Duke's schedule. Right?
Well, it's not even close. There's no debate there. This guy's right, though, man. This is what you got to do. Schedule cupcakes out of conference and stick to the ACC. Yeah. Just schedule,
I don't think that. I don't like that personally.
I don't either. And you
I
think
want
it's
to
not going
play.
to be like that Notre Dame game was awesome.
And Florida coming down here to play?
But if it's going to hurt your chances at the end of the day, or if they're not even going to look at the win, like they're not going to do head-to-head, what are we doing?
Looks like we got to add 10 more teams to the playoffs.
No, but you already beat those guys. That's the problem. That's the big problem with scheduling a game like that. If you're not going to factor in head-to-head, then what are we doing? Besides the game was great for business.
Head-to-head should be the most important thing, and they beat Notre Dame. It's not going away.
Someone said in sports you have to settle a tiebreaker. Head-to-head is first criteria. Why is it subjective for the NCAA? If that's the case, why play the games?
Yeah.
I understand that Miami's losses are not as sexy as the Notre Dame losses.
I don't
understand
disagree that Notre Dame is this national brand.
Of course.
And people,
they position Notre Dame after their 2 losses because Notre Dame don't play anyone the rest of the way, right? Their schedule was a joke.
They're smart. They stay as an independent for these one. This one of the reasons they stay as an independent.
Yeah, they would have been bunched in with the rest of them. But what they did with the rankings, the AP poll, they kept them right there after those 2 losses. And they said, all right, you win the rest of your games, you're in because we love you. Because you're a big brand and you'll sell tickets and you'll travel and all that good stuff.
They do. I mean, they do. Listen, that group they brought down here where they got their ass kicked against Alabama. I
remember that game.
Could have filled up that stadium by themselves. I think they had more people out in the parking lot that had partied, puking out in the parking lot. Anyway, hey,
the ACC can probably do huge numbers this weekend with that game. What a dud!
Oh man, yeah.
Virginia and Duke. Woof.
Not a bad basketball game. All right,
exactly right.
We got to go to break here. We've got. Are we running super late one way or the other, Woody? Am I always?
No, we're doing okay. We're a couple minutes late, but we do have. We also have tennis tickets to give away at some point.
Oh, good.
If you want to do that
next Monday night, Lone Depot.
It's the place.
Carlos Alcaraz going to come to town for that. I'm going to wait for the. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if I'm going or not now. Little Tire coming home from New York. All right. Hey, listen, we got tickets giveaway. We'll have those for you coming up here. Right now, I want to talk to you about Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage. An amazing offer. It's called the Hometown Heroes Program, helping first responders such as law enforcement, healthcare professionals, educators, firefighters, and military vets with up to $35,000 in closing costs and down payment assistance with low fixed rates and no prepaid penalties. Give Michael a call on his cell phone at 561-441-2730. That's 561-441-2730. You can call or text him and learn more about the Hometown Heroes program. Always going to get you the lowest rates. Get that mortgage quickly, half the time of the big banks. Go to Google reviews on the web. You can learn more. Choice Mortgage Review saying a lot of nice things about Michael Kotze being able to get mortgages fast for you, get all that work done, and get you approved. All right. Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage truly has no life. He's always working. That man is working 7 days a week. Call or text him, 561-441-2730. 30-plus years of experience right here in South Florida. MLS 166254. Rates and terms subject to change. Dated without notice. He's an equal housing lender. All right, welcome back, and good morning to everybody out there. Hope you just had an overdose of football over the last 4 or 5 days.
How funny is this interview that they're showing on the screen right now? Look, he looks like he's in like a field where there's like an apocalypse.
First of all,
this poor bastard Marty Smith, like sitting in that guy's office for a week.
Everybody likes Marty, so if he,
he's great.
Marty's everybody's friend. So let me ask you a question.
Guy actually hasn't shaved in weeks.
Did you hear the guy go after him in the press conference about being a hoe?
I did. I think it was a student reporter, right?
Oh, you could tell he was like, well, I don't appreciate being called. I don't know who you are. And he like, oh, that's going to hurt me. I don't know who you are. Oh. But I love this.
He's rough, man, Lane.
Did you see the names he made reference to? Nick Saban, Pete Carroll, and God.
And God, yes. God guided him.
I don't know what order. I hope the big man was first. He said, Father, help me make this decision. Either way, I'm going to make a lot of money, so just tell me what I should do.
That's so crazy. Like you're about to coach in the playoffs.
I just watched the damn documentary like 3 weeks ago, and I came in going, man, he's a different guy, and his daughter talked him into staying at Ole Miss because she says, Dad, we're happy here, our whole family. Look at that. Even Mom's come back. You dumped her, and look at her. She's back with you. And they're all sitting at the table. It was weird. The brother was there, all the kids, I think all but one kid. I think one of the kids still in Southern California, and you're like, wow, and he's lost all this weight. He gave up drinking. I'm like, man, good for you, brother. Mm-hmm. I said, and I came in, I go, he's really changed. He hasn't changed.
He's a very selfish person. Like you can tell this thing's all about him.
Well, he's getting, so there's people. So the take on the shows on Saturday on ESPN, and I love this because when you're friends with somebody or they work for you, you take a pro stance for them. I get it. They're like, well, we sure hope Ole Miss will let him coach that game. Let me ask you, Nick Saban. I don't mean to get on Nick, but Nick, really? Nick, if he dumped you, oh my God,
Nick got into it with him at Alabama, didn't he? Didn't they have like the same thing went down there?
He was leaving the job. He said, you can leave now.
Yeah.
Exactly. Great call. But now he's going, I sure hope they'll let him coach his kids in the playoffs. Really?
He was nuts.
You should know more. Nick, you were one of the great recruiters of all time. Kiss my ass with that take, man. That's bull.
He tried to put it on the AD, too. Oh, he won't let me. I wanted to.
I think he did.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not stay and have the job and recruit from Ole Miss?
Yeah,
but you're going to LSU. LSU goes, stay as long as you want.
What an idiot, man.
There's not one person out there that's going to let him coach, considering the transfer portal, recruiting, the recruiting class you have right now. Matter of fact, that's why Ole Miss overpaid to keep some of those assistants on that staff. I think what I see, a defense coordinator is going to be the head coach now.
They're about to play for a national title.
Right. They got a good team.
He may never be in that position again, Joe. And I could be wrong. Maybe he gets it rolling at LSU.
I think he will. He's
but
like,
he may never be in that position again to coach in the playoffs.
He's a weird dude. We went through it with him at AFU. FAU.
Yeah.
What'd I say?
AFU.
I want to AF him. FAU. We went at it with him. He couldn't get up early because he was out all night and chasing babes at the local place and ladies' night. Well, he was. Stories were all over the boat trips he was taking with women. I mean, it's none of our business.
That's enjoying himself.
He was, but man, he's changed.
Yeah,
he changed everything except jumping ship a lot.
Man, it's weird. And then he threw like his dad in there too. He was like, my dad coached at 17 different places and impacted people everywhere he went.
Is that what he did?
That's what he said in this interview. This interview is bizarre.
So, hey, I keep going to these jobs because I can impact so many different people.
That's what he said.
You can impact your damn wallet is what you're impacting.
I don't know, man. Chance to coach in the playoffs a big deal. Just to throw that away.
It's just weird.
He had to know they were going to say, get out.
Yes.
He can't be that stupid, right?
So we tried to work what are you going to work out? You going to promise him you're not going to mention LSU?
I mean, this is like the equivalent of like a Dolphin coach going to another team in the division.
By
Like,
the way,
it's
did you
the
see
same
Ole
thing.
Miss
Like,
already took some of the assistants they've already gone with, and they've already taken them
because
off.
he gave an ultimatum. He said, "You're on the plane or you're out," which is even more ridiculous.
Can't make it up, man. Cannot make any of this
He just
stuff
seems
up.
like a genuinely bad guy, doesn't he?
I don't know.
He just does.
I've
never met the guy, but man, he seems rough.
I'm not one to judge people too much.
He seems, yeah, you are.
I said too much.
He seems rough, doesn't he?
Well, he's looking out for,
Yeah, looking out for number one. Yeah.
But they're going to match. Ole Miss came out. By the way, smart move. Ole Miss made it clear last week when this all started. It was 3 and then it was 2 that we're going to match whatever. So when he goes out of here and goes to LSU, we're going to pay him the same amount of money with the same incentives. He wanted to go to LSU.
Then in that statement, he tried to throw his players in there too. Oh, the players went to bat for me. They wanted me to coach. You kidding, man?
Hey, by the way, I'm curious to see, and I don't know how good the guy's on the team. I saw that running back; he looks really good, and I saw the receiver.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how he feels about his quarterback and stuff. I am dying to see how many guys he takes off that Ole Miss team. Once a coach leaves, you're allowed to go wherever you want right away. It's just weird.
I mean, you can do that regardless, I guess. Now, right?
That
used to be the old thing. Remember? Yeah, you could leave when the coach left.
I think you still can.
Oh yeah, I mean, of course. Every year is free agency.
Oh man, jeez. All right. Hey, listen, we've got to go to break here. We've got 9 o'clock hour coming up. Well, Mario Cristobal, man, he head to head. That's all that matters. We beat Notre Dame. Why are they ahead of us? We both have 2 losses, and our schedule. Look at theirs, look at ours, the way it started. All right, hey, listen, we've got more stuff to get to. Here in the 9 o'clock hour, I'm watching TV over the weekend, and these lawyer spots are popping up, all these law firms. And it's funny, I was looking, and I was like, hey, I hear these names all the time. I wonder if they actually try cases or they just have their names on the law firm. And come to find out, most of them don't get involved with clients. They just say, hey, come on in. Hey, guess what? We're not sure. We're going to spin the wheel to see which attorney you get. Oh, you finished a couple? Oh, you get her over there in the corner. She's your new attorney for this. You're really going to be happy. A couple years out. I mean, you signed up for, when you went with that law firm, especially here in South Florida, and you see it's a South Florida law firm, you kind of thought you were getting that guy. You kind of like him. You see him on TV 400 times a day. Well, listen, I'm going to get to this. Harvey Cohn and Gary Judah, the partners of Cohn and Judah Injury Law Firm, personal injury attorneys, slip and fall, an automobile accident, anything in between. You know one thing, when you walk in or you meet them, you shake their hand, and they got you. There are no other attorneys. They are going to handle your case. Harvey Cohn and Gary Judah will handle your case from start to finish with more than 30 years experience each, big enough to go to trial and get you multi-million-dollar results, small enough just to call you back, small enough just to give you updates on your case, even during a weekend, small enough to give you the phone number so you can always get a hold of them and you get updates. You're the one in pain. Go to ConanJudah.com. Read the reviews, partners who you can always reach that will handle your case. There's no handoffs. That's for football. That's not for law firms. Not with them. Hey, go to ConanJudah.com. 866 fair fee. Remember this. They don't pay other lawyers to do the work that you hire them to do.
This update is brought to you by Doral Kia, home of the price seat to our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com. Starting with the Dolphins, who won their third straight, beating the Saints 21-17. With the win, the Dolphins are now 5-7 on the season. Next up is a trip to New York to play the Jets on Sunday. Over to the Heat, who host the Clippers tonight. Tip-off is at 7:30 from the Kaseya Center. The game can be heard right here on WQAM. And to college football, the Canes moved up one spot to 12 in the AP poll after their blowout win over Pittsburgh. The new playoff poll will be released on Tuesday. And yesterday, Lane Kiffin decided he will coach LSU. And Auburn hired Alex Golish after he led USF to a fourth-place finish in the American. Joe, we got a giveaway to do.
All right, Woody, go ahead. Oh, the tennis giveaway.
You want to get this out of the way?
Yes, let's do it.
All right, the Miami Tennis Invitational is coming to Lone Depot Park next Monday. We got a chance for you to win tickets to see men's number 1 ranked Carlos Alcaraz, the women's number 4 ranked Amanda Anisimova, and more. We will do caller number.
I'm thinking just caller number 2. Let's not get fancy.
Number 2?
Caller number 2.
All right, 305-567-0560.
See,
caller number 2 is in.
Watch
little tennis action.
Yeah. Great. Always turn it on. Always watch a little. Go to tennis channel. Watch a little.
I've heard you
watch
were into that. Yes. How's the game go? You
playing a lot, man.
Yeah.
I am playing a lot. I'm not getting any better.
No. You're trending downward.
Trending down.
Oh,
not good.
Never want to be
good,
trending
man.
down.
No, not good
Late
at all.
in the career here.
Hey, so this thing's got Dolphin fans all over the place here. They win 21-17. All right, and it's a Saints team that's not very good. They're not very good. They traded a couple guys. Their number 1 running back is done for the year, and it's just not a very talented team. Starting a rookie, got his 4th start yesterday, and played pretty well in the second half. Actually, like to probably have a couple throws back, but so the Dolphins take a nice 16-0 lead, and you felt like the 16-0 lead in the first half felt like 24-25-0. It did. It just felt like they had like 1 first down, in the first quarter or something. It was crazy. And then next thing you know, with 3 minutes left, it's a wild game. Wild things happen. 4th and 1. Dolphins, Ollie Gordon gets stopped. Saints score, 2-point conversion. Minkah Fitzpatrick runs it back. So the Dolphins pick up 2 points on the pick 2. Onside kick recovered by the Saints. This is typical. 1:17 left. Down 21-17. There you are at midfield. And all of a sudden the Saints have the ball. Now, if you missed it, Saints on go up top. Olave, their number 1 receiver, runs down the side. Jack Jones falls down. Great coverage, falls down. And the guy drops the ball in the end zone. Drops it. Just a flat out, no matter how you look at it, dropped it. He didn't even come close to catching it, matter of fact. It didn't had his hands out. It was just weird one. And so he drops it. So anyway, 4th and 1, the Dolphins get the stop ball game. That's it. But man, it was a crazy game. And yes, they're learning how to win. As Coach said yesterday, they're now 5-7. They got the Jets next, who they got a win yesterday, but very beatable, like a lot of teams right now in the NFL if you play well. And great defensive performance overall, 6 punts, 2 takeaways by their defense. They got the 2 points they pick up off the interception in the end zone, run it back. They get a 4th down stop, run D, 27 for 81, a 3-yard average. So there were a lot of good numbers from the defense and a lot of good guys. And they were running around, man. The game tackling was off the charts. Off the charts. Played hard. Played hard. Inside, outside, the D-line, Zach Sealer leading it, running around like he's 15 again in high school. It was just it was a lot of good stuff. Achane goes over 1,000 yards and went into the game with 900 and left with 134-yard performance, put him over 1,000 for the season. So a lot of good things. Patterson and Bailey both punt and kick well. So a lot of good things. One thing missing in that. One thing is one of the reasons these games are so close. Quarterback is not playing, not even average. We've seen it. Now, we've seen him when he was better. And I know some of the weapons he had. This is can't move. Just looks like he's waiting for a guy to break through on his offensive line. Throwing the ball, just throwing it up. His deep passes of just, again, way too much air on it. I'm trying to be nice. That whatever that thing he threw down the side that got intercepted going to Waddle, that thing's got to be thrown in there between the safety and the corner. Got to be on a line and get it there fast. And that's not a throw he can or tries to make. And then he's missing other throws too. You got guys open. I don't buy the receivers are all that bad. I know Omar's on that thing. And listen, some of them haven't been great. But you got enough talent with your tight ends and your one wide receiver and that running back to make more plays than you made in that game. Can't run. Absolutely cannot run. You can play off, and you don't have to worry about him getting 5 or 6 yards for a first down. I can't remember last time I saw him run and get the first down. I see him slide, and maybe that's good because he's staying healthy. But he puts us in fourth down situations. And we don't always get fourth down. And we didn't get the 4th and 1 because he came up short, because he slid. So it's just, he's here. He's not going anywhere. And that's the reason. Everybody else is being evaluated. He's not. He is guaranteed a lot of money. He's not going anywhere.
He's not guaranteed to start week 1 next year.
What do you think?
If
you were betting right now,
if I was betting, I think something is not right. I don't know what it is.
Oh no, I agree with you.
Very, very not right.
I agree with you, and I'm afraid of this.
And I think if you put any sort of mediocre competition in camp against him, I don't see how he wins the job.
Mediocre. You had to throw that in.
Well, Joe, the guy's playing really low-level football right now.
He is playing very low.
He's missing guys that are wide open.
I have a theory that I came up with driving home last night.
By the way, your theories have been on point lately.
Well, I don't want to get carried away, and I
your
appreciate
Aaron Rodgers thing is a home run.
Well,
so
that's one. I can give you 100 I've been wrong about. But
all right, well, what's your theory here?
My theory is his body is beaten up, and it started to affect when you can't do things you used to be able to do. And he realizes he goes to run, you can't outrun him. But I think it affects your confidence.
Mm-hmm.
I think physically when your body and you take hits and you can't do things, and now you're getting coached up to basically play safe. You're being told to slide, throw the ball away, don't take hits, don't hold on. All the things you used to do. And now I think he's losing confidence. I think he has lost confidence.
But if your theory is correct, aren't you doing him a disservice, your fan base a disservice by continuing to roll him out there?
Whoever decided to give him all that money.
Well, he's not here anymore.
Well,
that guy's gone. They're on a win streak since they fired him.
Somebody had to sign off on it above the GM. Okay. Are you sure? I know how Mike feels about him.
But you got to blame the football guy for that, right? Like, I understand that, Mr. Ross had to sign off and whatever, but that's the football guy that sold him that stuff. Don't you put it on Chris?
Yes, at the end of the day, but I just think good old Chris, who's the nicest guy, nicest GM in the history of the NFL, I think he just said, hey, is this what you guys all want? Let's do it.
You think it bothers them that they're on a winning streak since they fired him? I don't think they've lost since they fired him, right?
Yeah. Haven't lost a game.
You think that bothers him? Like that he's like
I think
he has nothing to do with right now.
I think he looks at it and says, yeah, that's the team I put together.
Bring him back?
No.
Extension?
I still don't think the roster is good enough to where we need to get to. This is a nice little story, but as you said, Woody, we're not knocking down the big boys. We got one.
But I do believe if you brought in any of these veteran quarterbacks or even draft the guy, you don't have to, if you don't want to take a first round stab at a guy, whatever, but second, third round, you take a quarterback. I'm guessing someone will push him pretty good in camp. He's never had any competition, too, is the problem. So
franchise quarterbacks don't get
but
competition.
He's, that term franchise quarterback with him.
He got paid it.
I mean, he's not Josh Allen.
Really? I never noticed that.
No, like you're not going to bring someone in to compete with those guys, but
I don't know, but this team better be looking hard. And I know there's a lot of money that says he's going to be back starting next year. That's what I think.
If it keeps going this way, though, it doesn't get any better, which I don't know how it will, but.
Well, he's got three of his 5
even
games
Omar
are in cold weather.
Guy.
Yeah, even Omar
when Omar turns on Tua, that's tough, man.
He's not playing well. And then you go, so part of this league is, and you watch games and you see all the games, is the plays break down. Josh Allen's playing out without his tackles. Did you see what he did yesterday? And he's getting the crap knocked out of him. He finally just takes off and runs. He's running. I know there's not a lot of guys like him, but you're seeing it all over the league.
Aaron Rodgers got killed, got knocked out of the game. I think Justin Herbert broke his hand or something.
Oh, no, the quarterbacks took a pound.
Right, so Justin, I think he's getting surgery on his off hand today, Justin Herbert.
I didn't know.
Yeah, he's getting some kind of like procedure done or something. He said he still wants to play on Monday night. Like
I just, it's just, it's one thing. Plays are going to break down. It doesn't matter how good your offensive line is. There's going to be blitzes or there's going to be breakdown. Offensive linemen are going to get beat. They're not going to win every time in a pass rushing situation. So they're going to get there, and you got, this guy they played against, this guy Shuck yesterday. What did you see what happened? He took off. He's running for his life. There's a better example I can give to anything.
Yeah.
He ran around, at least keep plays alive. He got outside the pocket. He's making plays. And our guy.
But these guys all end up getting knocked out. Look at the guy who's playing tonight in New York. He's coming back from.
So what do you want to do? Just have our guy super slow slide at 2 steps outside the pocket?
Well, that's the problem, though, right? Like I understand you want him to put his head down and get the first down, but he cannot do that.
I don't.
So
want
that's the
I know
issue.
that's not the answer for anybody to get Josh Allen-ish. Because he's the only idiot.
But I understand
that
you. And yes, it was weird. He slid and he's like 2 yards short and he's dancing on the ground and pointing and he
just
didn't
looked stupid. Looked stupid.
It looked a little strange. Yes.
Like you don't know when you slide. Like how many times nobody slides more than you do on your butt. Does the baseball slide? You should know where the marker is and where you need to get to more than anybody.
You sound like Omar right now, where you're like just realizing all this stuff.
No, I don't.
Omar comes on and he's like, "Oh, these last 2 weeks,
No.
I've really noticed something in him."
So yesterday,
on,
I'm watching the game, and I'm looking, and the running game's good, and listen, man, we're running the hell out of the ball last 3 weeks, and we got Achan rolling, and Mike's figured out exactly what works and what doesn't, and I look at the defense getting better as a group, and I go, wow. What's the problem? And I go, it's just one thing. It's a quarterback. Like when you look around the room, he used to go, you young defensive linemen are killing us. And you guys, and now it's like, he needs to call a team meeting for himself and just have mirrors and put mirrors around him and just talk to himself.
I think he realizes, Joe. I mean, like the guy's, he's just limited. This is it. This is what you're going to get. So, like, to keep, to dogpile him or crush him.
I'm not dogpiling.
Whatever. Somebody said, I don't remember which player said it, but somebody said it. I think it was during the offseason, right? They go, and anytime the first read breaks down, he panics.
Xavier Howard.
That's right. And he was right. I mean, that wasn't just a guy who was angry, just saying crap to say it. He was right.
So he is playing right now like a guy didn't have a lot of confidence. I might be wrong. He may have a superpower that comes back against and again, it's the Jets. Maybe he gets it together.
Stop.
All right.
That's why
go to break.
Winning these games is it's like,
well, you got to win them, Woody. You got to try to win them.
I know, but the question
Mike
becomes,
Mike and
what
those
are you
guys
sell the owner on. You going to sell them that this thing's getting better? We're trending in the right direction because
Mike,
we finished strong.
You know what? Let me tell you what Mike's doing on behalf of Mike McDaniel. Mike McDaniel's going, guys, you're playing your ass off. They are. They're playing hard. It's not a perfect team. It's still not the most talented team, but he's going, I'm getting everything out of this group I can. I hope you realize that it's not me, that it's what I have talent-wise overall on this team, but the guys I have are getting better, and I mean, he's trying to keep his job.
Can you just do me one favor, though? Because I jumped on Solana last year when he did this with the Heat. Just don't tell me they're playing hard.
Well, I'm just using that.
I know, but that's,
they all should be playing hard.
Talk.
No, they all should be. And most guys are.
That's like moral victory stuff.
No. You're right. You're right. That's fair. You're right. They're playing hard. It drives me nuts, and I just did it. I'm sorry. You're right. You're absolutely right. I'm guilty now. All right. Hey, I'm guilty, too, of going to Beverly's Jewelers today. Hey, don't tell Mrs. Rose, but, yeah, it's time to get down there. My favorite jeweler. Beverly's Jewelers, Jeff and the family over there, man, they've been good to me for 34 or 5 years. I've been going there. Hey, man, they got a great deal going on. I'm not doing the deal, but I am going to do some other things today. They got a stunning 3-carat certified lab-grown diamond, VVS Clarity, E-color set in a custom-made 14-karat gold engagement ring. You know what I'm saying? So everybody thinks you got to buy this $100,000 or $50,000 engagement ring. You don't. Wait until you see it. Again, it's spectacular. It's just $3,999 in the 14-karat gold engagement ring. It is really, really nice. 3-carat certified lab-grown diamond. It's spectacular. So you got to check it out. If you're thinking about it, you really want to get engaged for the holiday season, and you're on a budget, a tight budget, wait until you see this. Please don't look at it on the internet. I could send you to bevjewelers.com. Go look at it in person, please. Then you'll go, oh, my God, what am I doing? Let's do it. This offer's for a limited time only. And while you're there, shop Beverly's huge selection of diamond studs, tennis bracelets, fine jewelry with up to 70% off select pieces during their holiday sale. Hey, anything you're looking for the holiday season, the big I love you gifts, anniversaries, or anything else, you're going to score big at Beverly's Jewelers. Not to mention the selection of diamond engagement rings is fantastic. If you need extra cash, Beverly's pays top dollar for your old gold, silver, and jewelry with immediate payment. Plus, enjoy interest-free financing, free gift wrapping, great staff to help you out and get the perfect gift. It's so easy. It'll be a great experience, I promise you. Visit Beverly's Jewelers in Fort Lauderdale, off Commercial Boulevard, or online at bevjewelers.com. Beverly's Jewelers, where South Florida gets engaged.
I'm Norman Powell.
It is 77 degrees, and that is all I got to report.
God damn right.
Yes,
That's
sir.
a good tennis day right there, man. Little tennis therapy today. That
We have more
sounds good.
tennis tickets to give away as the week progresses.
Oh, good, man. Next Monday, if you get a chance, for the best players in the world, we'll be at Lone Depot Park Monday night. If you need a little tennis fix anywhere in South Florida, can't wait for the Miami Open. Next best thing, Lone Depot Park, starting with Mr. Alcaraz.
Yep. And one more time, Joe, give people the code for this one. We're giving away those Rockville tickets. It's May 7th through the 10th. A bunch of good bands at that one. You text the word ROCK to 20357. And that is ROCK to 20357. Tickets available. Welcome to rockville.com.
And a big congratulations to Devon Achane. Miami Dolphins running back, over 1,000 yards. Still got a lot of games left too. So good for him, man. Had a hell of a season. And more of it. Seems like every time you look, he's averaging 5-6 yards a carry. Just incredible, and had a bunch of nice runs yesterday. So congratulations to him. And we got a lot more stuff to get to here. We want to let you know that Mario Cristobal is going to join us, Miami Hurricanes head coach. We're going to talk to Mario about Notre Dame, about finishing strong against Pitt, putting it together, and what he thinks of this team. We'll have that coming up next.